Excuse me for a second, peeps. Excuse me for one little second. I did forget something. Well, piss on a pound cake. What is going on here? Give me a second here. Sorry. So silly. I hope that there. Okay. Are we good? Is everything working here? All right. Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 26th of December episode of my fantabulous live stream. I'm calling this the Boxing Day Bash because it is, in fact, Boxing Day. At least it is in Canada and the UK and the Commonwealth. I have no idea if you have Boxing Day in the United States, but I have heard that you do not. And if you don't, when do you go and fight people for cheap TVs? I just don't know how that would happen. But anyways, we're getting right on to it. But before we start, I would like to do the usual housekeeping. Speaking of housekeeping, there is a message from my wife on my phone. Where is new? I do not know. Just 1 second, people. Where were we? Yes, the housekeeping. So I just want to say that if you're watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, thanks for watching. Thanks for commenting in the doobly-doo down below the show notes. I love knowing that your eyes are on my content and your comments are flowing, even though you are too late to participate in the side chat. If at any point tonight you absolutely adore what's happening tonight, then I invite you to hit that smiley thumb. If at any point tonight you kind of hate what's happening, that's okay. The frowny thumb works just as well. And if you would like to take a more active role in keeping the lights on around here, then I invite you to check out the join button wherever it is. There, if you click on the button, you will see that the 2 tiers of membership that are available to you for your hard-earned cash, as well as what you get at each tier. I'm going to take a sip of tea because it is a good drink. And because I'm on day 5 of the driest throat in the world. So, no idea what's going on. Let's see who's hanging with us. And then we're going to do a little Boxing Day chat. If anyone got any cool swag for Christmas, then drop a comment right over there. If you gave something that you're absolutely thrilled to have given, do the same damn thing. I realize that my save did not work earlier. The reason why I'm like spending time trying to edit this video while it's live is because I forgot to tell it that it can't just set ads wherever the hell it wants. So I tried to set it for 10 p.m. and it hasn't given me that option. So it's set for every 30 minutes now, because before it was set to whenever YouTube wants. And I know that I don't even really know how to say this politely, but YouTube can really funk up a live stream if it's left to its own devices. So let's see who's hanging with us. Excuse me. We got started off with Canadian in the house. Boxing Day greetings. Chris has the wife with him tonight because they're out trucking together. Nice. Hi to both of you. I hope you're having a great night. I hope that your Christmas day was amazing. I hope that you weren't driving on Christmas Day. That kind of bites. We did a lot of driving on Christmas Day, as we do all the time. But I got your Christmas greetings digital card, Chris. I thought it was great. We got, by the way, Chris is also a channel hero. Check out the icon. We got Destiny saying hi. Destiny is large and in charge. Nice to see you tonight. It's also, of course, always nice to see Grace Martin popping up in the side chat. We got Cliff. Cliff, how's it going, Cliff? How you doing tonight? I think I saw our buddy Colin was live streaming earlier. Always on the same night as me. Well, he does it twice a week. Peanut Trucker is okay near Tallahassee. Quick drop in Alabama tomorrow. Then home till next year. Nice. It's gonna be nice for you to get a little bit of time off. Peoples are just saying hi to one another. We got Christy in the house. Christy, oops, so damn it. There we go. Saying hi to everyone. Wishing me a happy Boxing Day. Christy is also a channel hero, as you can tell by the tiny little icon. Just seeing who else. Oh, there's me saying hi to everyone, just in case I didn't get on time. Do we have anything else to say? Canadian is waving at everyone. Hey, damn buddy. I hope we get you all to ourselves tonight. What are you referring to? Was that because of the video I did earlier where like kids kept popping up? Oh no. Canadian is back to work tomorrow. That stinks. I'm out until the 3rd or the 2nd. I should probably check on that. Destiny says, piss on a pound cake has just been entered into the quotable quotes. Did I say that? Did I say that? I probably did. I say that all the time. Hey, there's Mark Davidson, who is also a channel hero. Nice to see you, Mark. Grace is not seeing an ad. I don't know at this point what's going to happen because I forgot to set it before starting tonight. So I was trying to do it while it's actually rolling. So I'm hoping that the first time you guys see an ad will be at 9:30 and then at 10 and 10:30 and then probably 11, but I don't know. I have no idea if it took, shall we say. In fact, I should probably bring that up on the YouTubes just to see. Well, I'm rolling an ad right now. I just joined my own live stream here and it's running an ad for me. So who the heck knows? Who the heck knows? Let me see. Hold on a second. Pop out the chat. Excuse me. I'm allergic to something in this basement. You guys have heard me say that. Can I skip this ad? Yeah, it's a skippable ad. So, anyways, you're not seeing an ad. I just saw one, but often they'll show when you try to join a video. So, whatevs, right? I say whatevs. Everyone's saying hi to Mark Davidson. Can they hear the drum upstairs? Most likely, like they were in the living room watching some movies, but they've all gone upstairs to bed at this point, so they're probably not going to hear it up there. Sandra, sweetie, in the house. How's it going, Sandra? How you doing tonight? We got Linda in the house saying hi, about happy Boxing Day, everyone. Man, we have a lot of new boxes, which we are dumping in the recycling. I also have a box that I have to send back. But you know how it is. Christy's not singing that either. I really hope that I jumped on that in time. Susie Q, how's it going, Susie? How's Boxing Day treating you? Did you have a good Christmas? 9:02. So I'm 6 minutes behind. I'll try to catch up because I want to hear everyone's Christmas stories. And Peanut is reminding everyone to hit the thumbs up before the hammer gets here. I'm not even sure if he's hanging with us tonight, but it'd be nice if he will. He's always got some cool stuff to say. Darth Vader in the house. How many days until Christmas, Darth? Everyone's saying hi to Darth Vader. Oops, did it just jump on me? It bloody jumped on. There, I caught it. No, No, I didn't catch it. Where the hell? I wasn't that late. Why is it so hard to find where I was? Hold on. Piss on a biscuit. Where the hell? Oh, so okay, we were. Destiny's asking Darth how Christmas was. Mark is also reminding everyone to do the. Oh, he's saying that he did the thumbs up. Thank you very much for doing the good works. In fact, what do we got here? We got. I do not know. We got 21 people watching and 15 thumbs ups. So it's just a very small number of you who are currently breaking my heart. Okay, so Darth knew exactly where I was going to go. Drops Family Garden. You're never doing shots for heroes again. I was messed up last night. Drink, drink, drink. Okay, I hope you're okay today. I hate the feeling the morning after going a little too hard on the booze. So I hope that you woke up feeling just fine. Oh, you were trucking on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, but had a big Chinese Christmas dinner. My fiddle player, who's Jewish, always called Christmas in Montreal Jews' Night Out when he was living here. Well, his entire family used to live here. Montreal has a massive Jewish population, and where he lives in Calgary, there really isn't one. But he and his family used to go out, to sort of avoid all the Christmas specials on TV and everything, and they could find the entire community at one of two Chinese restaurants in town, and then they would all go and see a movie. That was like December 25th for his entire upbringing here in Montreal. Everyone's just saying hi to each other. Your big box store only had 40% off on Christmas stuff today. I did not go anywhere. The missus went out to because we're rock stars at planning. Our littlest has her birthday in like 2 days. Right, she was born on December 28th. So she was out to get some birthday cake making stuff and to buy some skates or something. I was here with the kids. I was trying to, okay, I will tell you something. Let me finish saying hi to everyone who's dropped in, then we'll have our Chitty chat. Yeah, Darth Vader says YouTube Premium is $13.99 a month, no ads. Yeah. The thing is, man, I'm paying for so many streaming services and stuff right now that it's just another $14 a month. Oh my land, look at that free razor burn. I think it was Country Boy once told me that my stream of consciousness needs a beaver dam, so I'll just move right along. Yeah, I'm paying for so many things that it's like just another $14 a month. I'm just like, God, no, not another. Hey, we got Hike with Mike in the house. How you doing? Christy thinks I may have mold in my basement. Yeah, I might. We're gonna have this whole thing gutted at one point and done the way we like it. Hopefully at one point soon. Destiny is getting right down to brass tacks. What beer did I bring? You're right. I brought the Innis and Gunn original. And for the whiskey, we're doing my my Christmas malt for this year, which I believe I have told you guys is the Tamdhu 12. I am pretty sure you guys know that. Tamdhu 12. So that's my whiskey, because every year I buy myself, for those of you who don't know, like the two of you maybe, every year I do a Christmas malt on my other channel. This year is the Tamdhu 12. Last year it was an amazing Compass Box blend. That was a store pick or a special edition for Kensington Wine Market in Calgary. The year before that, you see, now I'm all distracted by that. The year before that, it was an Old Pulteney Huddart, which I found completely underwhelming. But anyway, so continuing with my little personal tradition, this year's Christmas malt is the Tamdhu 12, which I forgot to bring to the Réveillon on the 24th. So when we dropped stuff off here between my mother-in-law's and my sister's, I made sure to grab it so we could have at least one. I could share a Christmas dram with my brother-in-law. But man, he's got some tasty malts himself. He's got a good whiskey collection too. David Evans in the house. David is a channel hero and a channel moderator. So don't piss me off. Don't piss David off. And we're all going to be happy. I just want to sort of catch up. Destiny says her Christmas was okay. So let's start the convo because it looks like I've caught up with all the hellos that I have to pass. Oh, there's Pam. Hi, Pam. Mark Davidson, hi, channel hero, says, I still can't find an innocent gun locally. No, me neither. I had to cross the line into Ontario for this. I bought it in Cornwall. I was there for a family funeral. And so I went to the LCBO and picked up 4 innocent gun. This is the last one. And some, local gins and stuff. I'm going to pour this beer. And then we can chitty McChat about Boxing Day and about Christmas and stuff. Hold on. Darth Vader says, I pay $45 a month for internet and $14 for YouTube Premium. You have a Chromecast with Google TV connected to your TV. YouTube and Rumble are my TV. I pay for Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, but the Amazon Prime I actually had for the shipping, and Netflix. Yeah, I pay for those. I was about to pour the wrong beverage. I like me some Star Trek, but I'm not paying for Paramount Plus on top of everything else. So it's just like, also I pay the phone bill and so. Oh no. Why? Why? Why does this happen? Oh man. Hold on. I have a leg full of beer and a desk full of beer. Miraculously, the keyboard was unaffected this time. This is awful. Why does this happen? Every time I open the innocent gun, I think that it's the English trying to keep the French Canadian man down. That's what I think it is. Oh, that was some important paperwork too. Oh well, it's a learning experience. Don't keep anything important on my desk. Oh no, that's not important. Thank the gods. I mean, it's important to me personally. Oh, that's a bill. So that's not important. Well, shit on a stick. Okay. So now I'm gonna pour the beer. So that gooshing mess tells me that Serge might be around, but just lurking. I don't know why I'm feeling the need to pour this on camera. You guys know what innocent gun looks like. I've done this several times now. Okay. Well, wasn't that funny? Okay. So Pam got me Canadian Hunter whiskey for Christmas. I have to open it. I do not even know what Canadian Hunter is. Do you have a link? Do you have a link for that? Yeah, Vader. We also have one of those digital antennae. Canadian Hunter whiskey. I do not know anything about that. Sorry, I'm speaking away from the mic. I should probably be speaking into the mic. sharing the late night vibes with a little new age music, the Bay City sounds of pan flute, rain sticks, rain shakers, rain sticks, and such things. Destiny is trying to reinstall the last glass shelf in their curio cabinet. It's a trapezoid shape and a pain in the arse. Just saying. So everyone start telling jokes to keep Destiny in a good mood tonight. David says, don't forget to lick the keyboard. I don't have to because I did not make a mess on my keyboard this time. I was planning ahead and compartmentalized the flood away from the keyboard. Drop only post to Rumble now. I do not know what Rumble is. Christy got a Tennessee Rye for Christmas. Nice. Which one is it, Christy? Drop is moving to northern Arkansas next month. They bought a place. Hey, I got a question. Arkansas, Kansas. There's only a 2-letter difference there. What's going on with those two pronunciations? I mean, shouldn't it be Arkansas or Kansas? Or should it just be Kansas? I'm not necessarily making sense. Christy sent me a picture. Was that on the Discord or was that in the email lounge? We're about to find out. Popping open the Discord. There ain't nothing in the Discord, so I guess it's over the emails. The emails. All right, I'm gonna hide the Discord. If I knew where my phone was, let me see if it's maybe it's something I can just sort of show on screen or something. Let's see what you got. Let's see what you got. I don't have anything in my messages here. I ain't got nothing in my messages. Where'd you send it, Christy? Ozarks versus Flat Plain, saith Drops. Yeah, so I think I told you guys that, typical French Canadians, we do a réveillon on 24th, and then we boot it to my sister's place on the 25th for an Anglo style Christmas supper. One thing you don't tend to have at a réveillon is a sit down meal. It's all finger food all the night, like from 4 p.m. ish until 4 ish. More like 2 or 3. My wife's family is half, well, okay, they're half Haitian and half French Canadian from like the Gaspé. But her stepdad is Mohawk. So there was a really nice melange of cuisine. Not much Haitian cuisine because it was her mother's family we were at, not her dad's. Oh, it was on Discord under pics. Okay. As I discuss, I'll take a look. So like a lot of very Gaspésian stuff, like, lobster, mussels, a lot of seafood, some duck confit as well. And from the Mohawk side, the hunting and stuff, these moose meatballs with cheese inside in sauce. I had several. Let's just put it that way and leave it there. Okay, just be sad. Hold on. Oh, I see. Okay, yes, I had forgotten about that, Christy. I thought. Wait, let me scroll back. Yeah. I thought you should have just said Jack Daniel's rye. There we go. Jack Daniel's rye. Destiny got your Tim Hortons report card in the mail. They need to send me a Christmas card for the many trips I made. Hold on a second. Okay. Yeah. So, anyways, so that's what we did. The 24th was, up and at 'em into the late night, and after the kids went to bed, the adults sort of put out all the gifts from Santa, and I'm standing at the top of the stairs, like my wife and I had taken Clem to bed, made sure she was asleep. I came up to go out and get the gifts in from the car, and then my wife came up to, help put stuff under the tree and do the stockings and stuff. And I'm standing at the top of the stairs, and I just turn and I look down the stairs, and suddenly Clem is like arriving at the top of the stairs and looking up, and I just sort of, hey kitty, and I sort of pick her up and angle her away from the action because she hasn't quite, like, she's clearly not quite awake yet. Like she woke up in an unfamiliar place, and like I gotta find mommy, right? So I sort of come and like she sort of points up at the top of the stairs to say like, "Where's mommy?" kind of thing. But I think she was tired enough that I just grabbed her and went back downstairs and lay down with her, and no trouble. She just sort of snuggled into me. But for the next hour, every time I sort of tried to get up and sneak upstairs, so she sort of woke up. So I was like, and then finally my wife came to bed, um, and lay down as well, and uh, sort of slept until the next morning. And she didn't, I think, remember anything the next day. But like if I'd been 1 second later, man, the gig would have been up, and that would have been an issue. So, anyways, so, yeah, I was a bit of a hero, but it's okay. I don't need to be called a hero. I don't really see it that way. I see it that way. So let me just sort of. Oh, stop it. Where was I? Yeah, and so then the next day we got up. Very typical thing, croissants, bacon, eggs, right? Beans. Baked beans are like they're a cultural imperative around here on Christmas morning, all that kind of stuff. And then we were aiming to be gone at like 2:30 to give us time to get here, dump stuff, and then go to my sister's place. But we got out at 3:30, so it was I used, through judicious use of speeding when all my girls had their eyes closed, I managed to keep us from being too ridiculously late. And we were still late, but not that bad. And so, supper was lovely, of course. But like the supper is sort of the more traditional Anglo stuff, right? Like turkey and cranberries and plum pudding with hard sauce, which I love. And homemade fudge and mashed potatoes and gravy and stuff. The typical stuff that you have in Christmas. If you are an Anglo Canadian or likely an American. And I had plans to make all kinds of cocktails and stuff, but it has been a busy time, so I ain't made any. And I got some nice cocktail glasses from the missus for Christmas. I also got some woodworky kind of stuff. Like I got two of these axe brackets to go on the walls. Like I have this idea of setting up a little live streaming studio-ish thing in the part of the basement that I used to live stream from. So I kind of want to put a couple of my favorite axes up on the walls, sort of behind me or something. So two of those. I got a little. This is a flush cut saw, a very tasked flush cut saw. So of course the blade is made in Japan. Come on, man, focus. You dummy. Focus. You gonna focus? You gonna freaking focus? Oh, you are such a brat. There we go. No, we don't. Jesus. Jesus wept. Okay, anyways, it's a flexi flush cut saw. The blade is made in Japan. Obviously, what I wanted to show was that it's a very typical Japanese saw in that the teeth are raked for the pull rather than the push. The handle is made in Canada, and the entire saw is put together in Canada, and it has it like a this side up. So this is what you do when you, because the thing with a flush cut saw is it doesn't have any curve to it, right? So you can lay it flat on, flat on the wood. Say you've got a dowel sticking up, and and it doesn't score the surface of the wood. Anyways, I'm very jazzed to have it. And I wish Jess King was here, because this is a pad of paper, but it's not paper. It's very, very thin. Get my face out of the damn way. It's very, very, very thin slices of wood. Like from, how Japanese planing, they can get it very, very thin. So yeah, it's wood. And the whole story behind it is that Japan threw all this work into maintaining their forests and stuff, and then the demand for wood dropped, because everything in Japan is made in plastic now. And so making stuff like these little pads, the funding goes towards forest management, because they're not. Oh, we got. Is everyone seeing an advert right now? Did everyone just see an advert? Did everyone just see an advertisement? Like, was I talking into the wind there? Oh yeah, it's 9:30. Okay, crumbs. I should have kept an eye on that. Let me see who's saying what. Hey, there's Russell Tabernacle. Russell, evening everyone. Merry Christmas. I have my knife. Is that a new knife, or do you mean you're prepped for tonight's live stream, where we talk about we have beverages, blades, and we talk about postcraft? Your uncle was Bureau of Land Management, I guess. Peanut Trucker says to Kristen that WA, that would be Washington, is rainy to many people and depressing. It is rainy, much like British Columbia, where I spent some of my time growing up. I do love the smell of the BC rainforest, though. Lipstick says, okay, what are we talking about? 2 tablespoons frozen OJ, 1 can of cranberry jelly, 2 teaspoons yellow mustard, 1 teaspoon brown sugar, and great orange peeling. The glaze is awesome. I guess that's for, is that a glaze for a ham or something? David just cannot get used to spending Christmas in Florida. No, man, you need snow around. I don't have any snow around, though, either. Then I wouldn't want to be in Florida for Christmas either. Okay, so it was a glaze recipe. Okay. So you guys didn't see any ads there? What was going on? Because I got an advert, and I was like, oh no. Disney went for a long walk by the river today. Made sure to keep clear of the cobra chickens who love to overwinter there. Yep. Yeah, I do love them cobra chickens. They keep you on your toes. That's for damn sure. Let me pour some more of this beer. Some more of this delicious beer. More of this fabulous brew. Oh, I also got from my mama. I got a nice woodworking book. So Um, this is by Tom Fidgen, who is kind of I discovered him through YouTube because I watch a lot of hand tool oriented woodworking channels, and he has a studio in his hometown in PEI, or is it Nova Scotia? Oof. He has a studio in his hometown out in the Maritimes, and he has one in Toronto as well. Although I do believe he has recently moved back to the Maritimes from Toronto. You know, he gave or maybe still gives lessons and stuff. And he did a video where he said that he was putting out a book, and I said, "Where can I find it?" And he said it will be available on Amazon. So I put it on my Amazon wish list like 4 years ago, and never got around to buying it. So I'm excited to dive into this, see what we got, see if I can find any time to do a few projects. And yeah, I'm as happy as a pig in shift. How about it? So what'd you guys get? Anyone get anything really cool? I mean, I know it's not about the gifts. Shut up. It totally is. If you're not Christian, it's about giving some cool swag to people you love. I love giving my kids something that when they open it, I see actual delight in their faces. I love that. The little one is much easier because all of her emotions are just right there. So when she's delighted about something, it's very obvious, and she gets delighted about a lot of things. The older one, she still, she kind of tries not to emote too much, because she's going to be 13 in the summer. But you can still see when something really, really interests her. There's a thing that happens in her eyes. So So okay, so that was a glaze for turkey, Cornish hen, and chicken. I would like to make a Cornish hen again soon. Thank you for reminding me. I haven't done Cornish hens in a while. Hey, my mom's here. Hi, Mom. I just showed off the book that you bought me for Christmas. And you saw an ad. Okay, I saw an ad as well. Carol's in the house. Carol is a channel hero. Oh, by the way, as is my mom. You can tell by those little icons next to their names. We got Whiskey Harbor in the house. Everyone's just saying hi and happy holidays. So yeah, I'm very excited to make cocktails in those new glasses I have. Oh, and also I have a like the Japanese style bitter what's it called? Shaker bottle, whatever, which is cool. That's just something for when I'm doing cocktails on camera. It just looks better than taking out the Angostura bottle and Hi Ian, how you doing? Ian, the channel hero. Oh, Whiskey Harbor is also in Florida for Christmas this year. You got the whole family there. I have I just don't want to see sun and sand at Christmas. I don't want to see sun and sand at all, to be honest with you. I do it for, to keep the family happy because they all love that stuff. But I would rather see whatever. Drops dad bought says my dad bought me a Radio Shack electronics kit at 12, and at 15 I had to fix the TV. He planned it all. I love it. That's hilarious. I love that. So who got the coolest gift of the year? Who wants to tell me about something? And you know what? I'm going to do this thing where I leave an invite. If somebody wants to come on for like 5 minutes and tell me about a cool gift they got or something that they're happy that they gave, I'm going to drop it down there. No pressure. You don't have to. I'm perfectly okay yipping and yapping until, Russell tries to save me by coming on. Peanut Trucker says, I need to bring the family down. You'll see smoke from the smoker and sand on the beach. Man, I'm dying for a smoker. You guys know the big green egg, right? Well, There's another company called Kamado Joe that charges about half of what Big Green Egg does, and I know several people at the Kamado Joe, they're still expensive as a shift. Like, the size I want is still, like, it's almost 2 grand, like, once you throw taxes onto it, which is still half the price of the actual Big Green Egg. But what I love about those is you I meant to say that. You can use it as a barbecue or as a smoker. Um, I have some hands-on, experience with one of these Kamado Joes because, um, some work friends of my wife, have one, and I did a 10-hour brisket with the husband. OG members of my channel have heard this story before, but, like, I got to see how you actually make it work, like, how you have 3 pieces of coal and charcoal in the bottom, right? And you can manipulate the temperature so that it's just going all day with, like, these 3 little pieces of coal burning super slowly. Absolutely amazing. Excuse me a second. There we go. I do not know where Whiskey Harbor is. I have never heard of Kissimmee before. Whoa, Lipstick bought a record player. Oops. And you smoked a turkey. I love it. Smoked a turkey. Yeah. David almost bought an air fryer toaster oven, but it was sold out by the time you got there. Oh, was it like the two-door one that by whatever that company's called? My mother-in-law has a an air fryer slash toaster oven. In some ways, that's probably better than the basket one I have, but I'm perfectly fine with my basket one. I think it's great. What I'd like to try, maybe this summer, is using it as a dehydrator because it has a dehydration setting, and I'd like to try it. But I have an actual dehydrator that can do a lot more stuff. Um, I just want to sort of explore my air fryer a lot more. I've gotten some kind of recipes that I've got down pat, but I still cannot, for the life of me, do Brussels sprouts. I blast them to ash, and I don't know why. I'm following the instructions. No idea, but like uh, mini grelots, like mini potatoes, cut them in half. Excellent. I do a chicken bang bang that is terrific. What did I kick to the floor? What is that? Oh, it's a base cable. um, Oh, Christy also smoked a turkey this Thanksgiving. So, are you guys smoking it just for taste, or is it like literally smoked? Like you can just carry it on a hike. You know what I'm saying? Like, is it a sort of a cold smoke where you still have to cook it? Like, bacon is cold smoked, so like you can't just open the packet and down the hatch. Single door, David. I don't know anything about it. You want to share me a link in the side chat or offline or something so I know which one you were looking at? What? You got Oh, you got your wife into the new truck for Christmas, don't need anything else, but you did get me a big meat cutting knife. I'll have to send you a picture later this week. Yep. Yep. I'll take a look at that. What I would love at one point, there are 3 kitchen gadgety things that, um, I'm really dying for. One, I've already told you guys, is the molcajete, that really big Mexican volcanic rock mortar and pestle. 2 is that KitchenAid that I told you about, and finally, I think my wife is coming around to it. She's been sort of throwing the wife like kibosh on it, for years now. But she made a lot of cookies this Christmas. She makes a lot of cookies every Christmas, and the mixture we have, it really is starting to give up the ghost. Like it's getting rough, and so she said, "So if one day we get that KitchenAid, we want the one with the big motor, right?" I said, "Yes, we do. The one that does not go up and down. Yes, yes, we do." She said, "Oh." So I think I may. Well, the thing is, we spent, it's Christmas time, so we spent all of our money already. But maybe this year is finally our year. Finally, my year. And then I'll just start a whole channel of cooking, making bread, making bushcraft food. Um, oh, and I would love, that big Chinese chopping knife? It looks like a cleaver, but it's longer, or it looks like a um, whatever the Japanese vegetable cutting knife is, but like big. I'd like one of those. Guruma air fryer works great. That's the one with it's a brand name, but my mother-in-law's is one of those. It's one of those with two opening doors. Um, but yeah, I do like that. You got your wife to travel with you in the truck. That must have been amazing. Ian says, got an air fryer pre-Christmas, but that was because the oven only turns on at 350 and won't change temperature. New oven and stove en route. Yikes. I back the air fryer concept then. Drop says, you have a 2-stage smoker. Works great, but no electric. A 2-stage smoker? Drop, can you, do you have like a URL for that? I'm dying for a smoker. At this point, I'll take one that plugs into the wall. I mean, the legality around one that works on just burning wood in Montreal, it's never going to get good, right? I want the big green egg thing, partly because then I can say no, it's a barbecue, you know. But yeah, I don't know. I believe you. Yeah, you can dry herbs in in the one I have because it has a dehydration setting. But you can do up herbs in the oven. I mean, on the lowest heat possible. Just keep going until they're crispy, not crispy, but like flat out dry. My oven bottoms out at 170 for stuff like jerky and stuff. You kind of want an older oven that'll go down to like 150, so that you're drying rather than cooking. But mine only starts at 170, and I feel, though I have no scientific knowledge to back that up with, that is a little too hot for drying. I may be wrong. If I am, someone will say so in the side chat. So it's a Hamilton Beach. Okay. Pam cooked a pork roast for Christmas. Couple hours in the sous vide, then on the smoker till up to temp internally. So you got a smoker too. I don't even have a sous vide. You send it to me in Messenger. Allow me to check. And I'm assuming that I can show pictures at this point. Woo! Look at that. That's a cleaver. Heavy duty bone knife. Oh, that's like a take that, meat. Most of the stuff you have is a KitchenAid. I feel like we've had this conversation drop. Your wife used to work for a distributor or something? Yeah, you've got Raspberry Rock. Russell is happy with theirs. Yeah, I remember seeing that one on screen a lot. Okay, use a pellet one. Oh yeah, I'd like to know how you feel about it, because I would love to have a smoker. Mine is a Ninja, David. I have a Ninja. Works great. Works fabulous. I'd also like to try a sous vide, but I haven't bought one because it's a lot of money to try something, and I just kind of felt a little bougie. I mean, I know it's not anymore, but when I looked at them, it kind of was. You know, Linda wants that knife. Peanut Trucker's getting the knife into business, cutting up some ribs next weekend. Right. Yes. The late second wife. Your kitchen doesn't look very off grid. No, it doesn't, but I mean, it is, and that's where, that's what matters. I wanted to share this on the Discord, on your Discord. I saw a video by someone ripping on like off-grid grifters. Like, not talking about guys like you, but talking about You know those shows you see on YouTube where it's like, Jimmy, was tired of living in society. He wanted to escape the rat race. So he just bought 300 acres in, whatever, South Carolina and built an off-grid home. It's like, I built this place all by myself. And yet there's footage of like having people there working and stuff. And like she kind of points out a few different channels that are clearly pushing the off-grid DIY homestead BS rather than um, I think of videos that I've seen where it's like it reminds me of those home improvement shows, or no, the shows where people the real estate, where Bob and Doug are helping Sarah and James find a place. um, Sarah sells secondhand shoes on Etsy, and James is a painter, and they have a budget of 1.4 million. And I'm like, what's going on here? This video kind of pokes fun at the off-grid version of those shows. Uh, and I've just remembered I wanted to share that on the Discord because she makes some really good points about a lot of channels that I think true off-gridders would see as bad for the community, you know? Ian is asking drops. Oh, it's the control unit. Temp buttons don't even beep. Oh yeah. Wait, the display's been out for 8 years, but it's still been working. That's fine. Oh, it's been working for 25 years. Nice. Okay, you're not gonna get something that works that long again. That's for sure. That's what I've discovered. But yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like I know a lot of channels that are absolutely real homesteaders or real off-gridders or real DIYers, or who have built their cabins and like have been very open about I'm having Bob and Doug. I keep going for Bob and Doug, but Jim and John come over to help me lay the floors today because they're good at laying floors, you know, or being real open about what the cost is versus guys who are like, yeah, I had to get away from the rat race and I had to be, alone. And I was just so tired of my day job. But like their day job was in investment banking. So of course they could afford 300 acres and, you know, a beautiful, beautifully built cabin that's all windows kind of thing. I think wife's been on probation for canning 3 times already. Let's see if yeah. Job's been self-employed for 25 years. I spent about that long self-employed as well, but in freelancing in editorial and some marketing in the publishing industry, which I'm glad I'm not in anymore. Let me tell you. $21.53. Oh no, that means I'm late to pour this 12-year-old scotch. Jim walking in with "Howdy, not Audi," referencing the autocorrect errors in days past. What's beautiful about tonight is that I don't have to work tomorrow, so I can have a whiskey and a beer and not be worried about how I'm going to wake up. Wife didn't grow up canning at 8. You know what I would love is a pressure canner. Because I know like hot bath canning is great for a lot of foods, but there are certain things you just don't want to do that with. So like every few years, I'm like, I'm gonna buy one this year. I'm gonna buy one, and then I don't because it's like, oh, is that what they cost? And I'm not gonna have time to do it anyway. Apparently, this house came with a pressure canner in the basement, but I've been here what 9 years, and I have never seen it. I lost something here, people. Where the hell did it go? the heck is going on? Found it. Let me hold on a second here. Well, that's the thing, Destiny. Like even this video I was watching, you know, doesn't say that all YouTube off-gridders are grifters. Like she's really honing in on some of the channels that kind of piss me off anyway, as well, because they're just a little too disingenuous. But yeah, who said 12-year-old scotch? I want some. Huh, here you go. If you can be here in about 5 minutes, I'll pour you a dram. I'll pour you a dram. We'll have a dram together. You can be on screen with me. Jim did not work today, but you have a 2-day work week. Well, that's the nice thing about the holidays. David says not working 2, but you are hold on a second. Oh, I love this. I missed this comment. Pam says your kitchen looks great. Being off grid doesn't mean you're eating off tree stumps in the kitchen. Absolutely. It's like some people are watching, like they're watching off gridders, and they think that if you have any mod cons, then well, what's going on here? Because what they think that off grid automatically means like Sean James's outdoor kitchen kind of thing. Oh, and in fact, Russell even acknowledges the same thing. Oh, you meant gangster, not ghetto. Yeah, but I like that kind of stuff too. But I also respect that, because it's like that kind of stuff is very rarely coming from off-gridders who sold a company for $2 billion and took that money and decided to build an off-grid cabin. Do you know what I'm saying? So I respect that kind of thing. Oh, I see. Yes. Just not working tomorrow equals late night knife buying. I don't even know what knife I would buy. I know exactly what knife I would buy. I would get a hella tomogamy. Nothing just keeps getting more expensive. I keep saying I'll buy it 1 year when I've got money, and it just keeps getting more and more expensive. When I first started saying that, it was just over $200. Now it's scratching the $300 level. Oh, Drops has 2 pressure canners, all American, and they carry electric canner. Usually use they carry because you can set it and forget it. That sounds like a plus to me. David Drops knows a few people who make knives. I would love to know some people. If I was to do a drunken knife buying tonight, which I will not do, I would either get the hella tamagami, or I would get I think it's Enzo, or whatever the other name for Enzo is. They make a a curly birch handled Nesmuk, and you guys know I really want a nice Nesmuk. Or I would get a Kephart, but I don't know which Kephart I'd go with. Maybe doesn't K-Bar make a Kephart of all the weird things? That is apparently very, very authentic. I think it's a company that makes USMC style knives. I think it is K-Bar, because their CEO is very into knives, strangely, and actually owns an original Kephart. Destiny says, in my humble opinion, off-grid means you are or can be self-reliant. No need to hook into the grid. No need to rely on the grid. David would like to learn how to forge his own knife. Yeah, that would be cool. That would be very cool. Also, no need to rely on the infrastructure that city, town dwellers are all taxed for. One guy in Australia, the other guy makes them here now, and Sonny's husband makes good knives too. These are custom. My first real bushcraft knife. My what's it called? What's it called? I'm totally blanking on it. It's the Ray Mears knife. Woodlore. My Woodlore clone was made by a guy in Australia. Was made by a guy in Australia, Jeb Campbell. I believe I still am the only one in Canada with a Campbell knife. I don't think he's making knives anymore. I tried to contact him after a large earthquake that took out the part of Australia he's in, and he never answered me. So I don't know. Maybe he just ain't around anymore. But yeah, I look up his knives every now and again, and the only times I see them are like posts from 10 years ago. So maybe he's just not making knives anymore. David is, telling Destiny that she's got to get off grid. Christy's telling David that then he can learn to make a lantern. And Jim uses charcoal and a blow dryer. No forge needed. Destiny says it would take them 6 lifetimes to complete what someone like Sean James has completed off grid. All you have to do is quit your job. Sorry. So your bro used to make hammer guitars. Is that a guitar that you hit like with a hammer dulcimer, or is hammer the brand name? I see hammer is capitalized, so I'm thinking that that's the brand name. You're off grid in the truck. That is true. Destiny, you're stankin' lying. The sound is on now, though I was off for a few minutes there. Can I turn you on? Let me just change the entire way that I said that. Hi there. How's it going?
I'm the second entendre.
Yeah.
Evening.
Are you alone?
Good evening. Pardon me?
Are you alone?
No, City Girl's upstairs.
Okay. She's not feeling well.
She's on the after last week's stream, her health took a dive.
Yeah. So
she's bounced off bottom, and she's getting better.
All right. Well, tell her that I'm pretty sure everyone here wishes her the best.
I will tell her.
Drop says, hammer guitarist who moved to South America and married a gal. Fair enough.
Was she a prisoner?
As somebody who was once engaged to a girl from Chile, I can understand the. I can understand.
I'm sorry, I totally misread that. I didn't mean to. Is she a prisoner?
What were you thinking in South Australia?
Never mind.
Christy wants you to tell City Girl that she also hopes that she's feeling better soon.
I will. Yeah, you were talking about earlier about the that channel that makes pretty much pokes fun at other off-grid channels, or whatever it was, Homestead.
I don't think that's her main thing, but I'll look her up while you tell me what you're thinking.
Well, I think we talked about this before, but there was a guy that made a video on all those primitive technology clone channels.
Mm-hmm.
Where 2 guys dig a pool and then fill it in half an hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the guy's like, okay, if you look right here, you'll see the tracks from the backhoe,
mm-hmm.
the excavator.
Yeah, and I it's like these channels that are grifting, because I think it's a great name for it, right? Because I think that they're making the rest of us look bad, or like if it's an off-grid grifter, he makes the off-gridders look bad because suddenly everyone's like, what's going on over there? What you doing? And like, like those primitive stuff channels that are faking it they just make the whole community look bad. I think, like, what's the point? What is the point?
I'm not sure what that. I mean, there's lots of stuff going on YouTube to get views, right?
Yeah.
People are doing lots of different things to get views, and sure, it's disingenuous for them to do that sort of thing, but but who are we to say? I mean, we all kind of push the boundaries on what's an acceptable thumbnail and title and
Yeah. I'm gonna put the link ash in the side chat, because I was gonna drop this into your Discord, but
Sure.
Right click and open in a new tab. There we go. Hey, you know what? There is one channel hold on. Chris is out. All right. Have yourself a good night. Speak to you soon, Chris. If I don't speak to you before then, have a good New Year's. Whoops. Okay, I didn't mean to click on that, but yeah. There's one channel that I do want to sort of throw some flowers at tonight, which is what I wanted to start with, and I forgot. I wanted to say that Sean in Alaska did or does a Christmas Day live stream, and is he doing a New Year's live stream as well?
I forget.
And I want to give him a shout out for that, even though it's like I can't benefit from what he's offering with that, because I'm not alone on Christmas. I've got family and friends all surrounding me, but I think it is so generous of him to do that, and he's alone sitting in his cabin, and so he does a live stream to spend some time with people by not by proxy, but over the internet. And I think it's just another thing that I love about that guy and his channel. I'm so happy that he's on YouTube, because he's part of, like, in the balance of good channels and people just trying to take your money and stuff, he helps weigh down the good side of YouTube for me. And so I don't know if anyone here partook in his or attended, I guess, his Christmas Day live stream, but
yeah, I was there.
Yeah, you were there. I just want to sort of throw some flowers at him for doing that.
Some flowers.
Well, I'm translating a French term that says what I'm trying to say.
Like a literal translation from a common French.
Yeah, and I'm trying to say good things about him, sort of throw him a compliment kind of thing.
Yeah.
Just because I thought it was, I don't know. I just think it's a very generous thing to do, and I think he's got a really good heart. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
Now we can move on. Sean may be working New Year's. Well, I don't want to sort of drag the whole live stream into like soppy, like earnest, heartfelt stuff. I mean, we got to keep it. I mean, it's the Jesse and Russell show now, so we got to say some asshole things, right? So Linda hung with him for a while. Drop says, "Is Sean's a good guy?" I absolutely agree. Oh, Christy stopped by for his live. Yeah. Destiny cannot stand the drama or trauma channels. Would rather watch paint dry. Fair enough. Yeah, it's nice to hang out when you're on your own. And yeah, that's the thing. Like, there are people who are sitting around by themselves on Christmas or New Year's or whatever. And it's nice. It's nice to know that there's a place. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. I hate all TV themes from that era. Every single one.
Come on. Cheers was good.
I feel that there was an overabundance of piano and like a certain horn band sound that I sort of it seems really stale now. I think I've been spoiled by the sound that you get on TV now. Like, I tried watching Star Trek The Next Generation, like starting from the first crappy episode. And the sound quality is so like
everything about it is like that.
Remaster these properly. please. Like everything, like the slightly fuzzy camera, like footage, because obviously, what the hell were TVs back then? 720, right?
480, I think.
480 even. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
can't.
when was that? Was it late 80s that it came out?
Yeah,
Yeah, the first episode is really bad.
the first 2 years were not the best part of that show. You know?
No, but it did get a lot better.
It really, really did. Yeah.
There's a lot of shows like that, like Babylon 5. I started
Yep.
watching it and I couldn't stand it.
I hate watched it. That's what I did. I was like, this is garbage. And I just sat there and watched it. And that's what I call it. I hate watched it.
It's funny because it used to come on right after Simpsons, and I was like, oh, damn it, this show. And then I accidentally watched an episode where they introduced Bruce Boxleitner as the new captain of the station. And I really liked Bruce Boxleitner.
Yeah.
And my God, that show was good then. I was like, I was blown away. I was like, this is not what I first started watching.
Yeah. By the way, it's after 10. Do you have a whiskey? What do you have?
Yeah, just a cheap crap.
Okay. Drop. Yeah, I think that show probably got better as well. But like there was a lot of I wouldn't say terrible, but non-slick sci-fi that I watched around that era, because I briefly had cable, or my roommate had cable. So like there was that. There was like The Lex, which was a Canadian-German production, and it was just garbage.
The Lex. That sounds familiar. I think I watched that.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it had like a I think that the ship was alive.
Was it The Lex or just Lex?
I thought it was The Lex, or maybe it was Lex and the ship was The Lex. I don't really know. LEXX. It was on late at night.
Okay, that's a pretty good rating.
As a Canadian-German co-production, obviously there were breasts every few episodes, or like once every now and again. The show itself was not bad. The production quality was like, it was all CGI, and at that time CGI was
96. When did Reboot come out?
Oh, and what was that Australian show called? Farscape? Do you remember that?
Farscape? I remember the name. I couldn't watch a lot of stuff back then. Yeah,
I had a brief time when I had cable.
That makes sense. Like when I first saw Reboot come out, which is entirely CG, I was like, holy crap, they can actually do a half-hour show all CG. Yeah,
I've seen some Reboot. Drop says, you're talking to a guy that watched the first Star Wars in the theater. I was like, this is a B movie. I also watched the first Star Wars opening week in 77, but I was 5, so I wasn't like, this is a B movie. My ears were pinned to the wall by that show. Also, what the first Star Wars film did was it brought orchestral theme music back, because for years everything had been rock bands and stuff. Like, look at the movies that were coming out before that, or like if it was sci-fi, it was like using a theremin or something. And so what Star Wars did was bring like big orchestral music back in a big way.
Huh, I didn't know that.
I know so many things, Russell. So many things. Also, I went to film school. Sean, we were just talking about you.
Yes.
And I remember that conversation, Christy. We also, that's the only one you've seen. What the? I had this conversation. Russell, do you have an opinion on this? So yes. I introduced my kids to. So you know where I'm going, right? I introduced my kids to.
I just have an opinion on everything.
Legit. What are people's feelings on watching Star Wars chronologically versus chronologically as in produced, chronologically as in episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or don't give me a bedtime reminder, stupid watch, or the machete sequence?
Okay, I think we've talked about this before, but my opinion would be watch them in the order that they were released, because if you watch 4, 5, 6, and then you start watching episode 1, you'll be going, "Wow, the CG is really lame. It just
Right.
like the production quality is really low."
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe not. I'm not sure. Like even now, you watch the Star Wars Episode 4, the very first one. You watch it, and it holds up pretty well.
I absolutely believe it holds up very well.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like the whole machete sequence is, right, you watch 4, 5, then 1, 2, 3, right? Because
What?
then 1, 2, 3 becomes, well, actually, you don't even have to watch 1, really, honestly. 1 didn't ever have to exist. But anyways, whatever. Because what that suddenly does is, Luke, I'm your father, and then suddenly, boom, backstory. And then you pick up with 6 again, right? So, but
Okay.
like, I don't really have an opinion about it. And like, so then do you drop what's the one that I call episode 3.9? The one where they get the plans for the Death Star and send them to the ship, and the ship goes away, and there's Princess Leia and all her CGI glory. Rogue One. Like, do you then start with that if you're doing machete sequence? Right?
I don't know that I've ever seen Rogue One.
Rogue One was, I just call it Rogue One. Rogue One. Rogue One. Hey, you know what? I'm just going to take a breather and try that again. Take a sip of tea, because tea is a good drink. Ooh, it's getting a little cold, though. Rogue One was a very fun war movie, which apparently they had to recut or refilm some stuff because the original cut of that was way too gritty war movie. Anyways, I loved it, but the one thing about it is that I felt that Jyn Erso was a very flat character. She didn't develop, really. There was a little bit of development, but not really. It's like it's almost like the entire movie happened to her rather than her actually being a central being in her own movie. But aside from that, it was a fun film. It had the best Darth Vader kick-ass scene ever, and that was actually tacked on to save the movie, apparently, at the end. Has some great combat footage, like almost kind of realistic compared to like Return of the Jedi and stuff. Yeah, I enjoyed it massively. But I also really enjoyed Solo. I think that Solo got bit in the arse by one of the sequel movies, whichever one came out and everyone hated, and then Solo came out at the wrong time and people just sort of dumped on it. But I thought that film was a lot of fun. Let me just sort of. Okay, so hold on a second. Darth Vader says 789 don't exist. Jim says not machete, no, never. And Sean says order released. Then Jim says the obvious, Kristen, you need to watch more Star Wars. Like, come on.
Yes.
And Jim agrees with Sean, order released. Jim says blue beam was used for 9/11. I don't know what the heck.
I have no idea.
Lipstick Lodge likes my backdrop. Thank you very much. Apparently, you can do animated backdrops now in StreamYard.
Don't do it.
No. Ain't not gonna do it. Drop says it was the second Terminator movie, Bob. Cool guy, but least to his PhD making half the money as Bob. I don't know what's going on.
There was some groundbreaking CG in Terminator. Well, I shouldn't say groundbreaking. In my opinion, that was the first movie I'd seen where there was really good CG, like when the T-1000 grabs onto the helicopter smashes his head, and then flows through into the helicopter. I was blown away by that. I remember seeing it in the theater.
To me, the first movie where I thought the CGI or the CG or whatever was utterly next level was Jurassic Park. And
that was much later, wasn't it?
It's like that's where I found the CG was so top drawer, so next level, so, you know. Oh, Sean says that Rogue One is a Disney movie, not a Star Wars movie. And I have often said, because I don't like Disney, and I've often said that the only Disney princess I can handle is Leia.
That's a whole new can of worms when you start saying things like that. Not what you just said, but the whole Rogue One is a Disney movie. But
yeah, Jim says my son Boba Fett would have a lot to say about the machete.
I would have to venture and say that they started being Disney movies at episode 4. Sorry, not 4. 1, 2, 3, and then everything after 6.
But they weren't owned by Disney yet at 1, 2, 3, right? He sold.
No. I'm just saying George Lucas is. When George Lucas said Han really didn't shoot first,
yeah,
he went.
That's
Disney.
where it Disneyfied. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Christmas malt. So yummy. He redid and remastered and recut in minor ways those movies so much that sometimes I just want to start a Star Wars movie, like one of the first 3, and have the original unfreaking polished one.
Yeah.
Where Han shoots, right? There's no like next to him, Greedo doesn't miss in close quarters first. There's none of that. There's none of Han stepping on Jabba's tail. Though I did like that scene. There's none of the added spectacularities in Mos Eisley just looks like a practical B-movie set. Like just the original way. And it's because I especially with Return of the Jedi, because I was older when Return of the Jedi came out. Part of me always wants to recapture what it felt like to see those movies for the first time again. And like seriously, 5-year-old me, Star Wars was a big freaking deal. Like massive, know? And The Empire Strikes Back, I acknowledge now is probably the best of the 3, but it didn't hit quite the same way. But then something about Return of the Jedi, and I think it had to do with Endor, because I was always like really into foresty stuff, and walkers and stuff. Like no, not walkers. The Super Stardust. No, that was in Empires too. There was something in. Oh yeah, the shuttle Tidarium. I thought, wow, what the hell? As like, I want to recapture those feelings, and you can't. Obviously, you can never recapture the feeling of seeing stuff like that for the first time. But I feel that if I watch them in the original unbastardized sense form, and maybe I'm at least getting that audio-visual experience. Like it's as close as I can come at this point.
Yeah, I get it.
Hold on. I just want to. Some of the coolest CG was at Universal Studios in Orlando. The Terminator Studio at Universal. Pam is still a Tron fan. Tron was absolutely cutting edge when it came out, if I remember correctly.
God, when did that come out? That was I love Tron.
Tron was something else.
1982, unbelievable.
82. Yeah. And I saw the sequel like a million years later, and it was really fair to the original, which I appreciated. Like they didn't they didn't update it over much.
Yeah.
Jim's son's Boba is Return of the Jedi. I feel that the Book of Boba Fett started strong but let me down really early. I was, because I think that character needed a better show than that. I'm hoping that they pick it up.
That's what's interesting to me is there's such a big thing about Boba Fett, but you watch the movies and I was like, wait, which one was he? It's such a small part.
But visually, a lot of what made him big is the design. His design is terrific at just standing there and looking ominous. Because look, the first time he gets into a fight, he gets hit in the backpack and thrown into the Sarlacc pit.
Yep.
The first time he's seen is in the animated section of, I believe it was the Christmas special. Right? Like, he was animated the first time he was seen. Well, Lucas disowned the Christmas special.
I've never heard of it.
You've never heard of it? It's garbage. You've got to see it. You've got to see it. I've got to change your life. It's horrifying.
What is it? What is it called?
Star Wars Holiday Special, was it? Darth Vader, you know this. The Star Wars Holiday Special.
I found it. 78.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I believe that Carrie Fisher was high for the entire production. If I'm not correct. If I'm not wrong. I'm going to try and find you a link to it on YouTube or some damn thing.
Oh, no. I'm watching the trailer.
It is a special kind of garbage.
I can't watch that.
Oh, yes, you can.
No, I can't.
It's 1 minute and 38. It's at 1 hour and 38 minutes of absolute garbage. So I'm just going to drop it in the side chat here for anyone who wants to see it.
It has a wonderful low rating of 2.1 on IMDb.
Yeah, and that's 0.1 above where it should be. Right click and open in a new tab.
Oh, Mark Hamill looks like he's got $500 of makeup on.
Mm-hmm. Christy asks if Star Wars came out the same year as Grease. I believe you might be right. Was Grease 77?
Grease 78. So, not quite 77. Star Wars 77, Grease 78. But
okay,
that's a fair point.
Yeah. Sean agrees with me. Tron 2 was well done. Yeah, I loved it. Oh, there's Honeybee. Just lurking, doing some math and D&D.
Math, D&D, and
math and D&D.
Fair
enough. Glad to finally be here for one of these, though. Honeybee, I'll talk to you on Signal later about D&D. Not about D&D specifically, but about something kind of interesting. Jim says, yes, holiday special. I hope you're not like, yes, props to the holiday special. Big ups, holiday special. Yeah. Lots of blow. Yeah, absolutely. Darth says, an absolute masterpiece of TV. The thing is, I heard a podcast about it, sort of where they deconstructed what happened, and it was nowhere near what they had set out to make. Things just went way off the rails. Then there was like a musical number added and stuff, and it's just like, this was not what Lucas had signed off on in any way. Hey Russell, can you be funny for a minute or like read people's comments? I just got to see a man about a hearse.
Yeah, go. I got this.
All right.
Yeah, Star Wars. What a show. That's stuff I wanted to talk about earlier. How did we go from kitchen appliances to the Star Wars holiday special? Anyway, what's everybody doing this week? Are you working this week? Or are you off this week? What are your plans? Do anything exciting? I'm spending the week with my favorite person. And I don't know quite what we're doing every day. Well, like, in fact, it was supposed to start raining today and then rain till like Thursday. Yeah, I got cloudy with showers overnight. And then light rain tomorrow. And then light rain on Thursday. Mixed precipitation on Friday. And then finally a mix of sun and clouds on Saturday, which means we're going to be burning a lot of propane. Which is what my generator runs on. Pretty mild, too. Lord Vader says, I remember being so excited to see it as a kid watching and saying, what the fuck is this? Oh, the trailer's still playing. Oh boy. Wow. And they're showing Lego stuff. The Court of Dis, I just sent a pic of my son at a Red Wings hockey game wherein he was on TV. Neat. I don't see it. Wrestle from Warrior Store State to Arkansas. I don't know what that means. Sean took 2 extra days off, but working at the end of the week. It was 17 below this morning, so I'm working on the kitchen now. A tad chilly for mortar work. Yeah, but you're working inside, right? So it should be okay.
I got cheese.
Okay. Fair. What kind? Cheddar? Old? Spice?
We call these ficello, but what's the English term? Cheese strings. The marbled cheese strings.
Oh. I see.
David is asking if Sean's got the wood stove working yet.
I bet the wood stove works fine. It's the chimney that's his problem.
Really?
Not a problem. I mean, challenge installing. I don't think Sean is getting any help with that other than maybe his neighbor.
Okay. God, I'm gonna watch the holiday special after this. I saw, by the way. Okay, I wanted to go back to that because there was a story I wanted to tell, but I really had to go see Man About a Hearse, and Darth Vader sums it up. So it came on TV, and I was like, "Whoa, what Star Wars holiday special?" But we were going to a party, like I think at the Unitarian Church or something, or something somewhere, and they're like, "We got to go," and I was like, "But I kind of feel that I got saved from epic disappointment by the fact that we had to leave, because I only got to see the first 5 minutes, and it was all like Wookiees going at each other, and that's all I saw until like earlier this year. I tried to watch it because I was like, I gotta know, and I was horrified by what I saw.
It's 97 minutes long. I like the user review, at least the way it starts. I was stoned out of my mind when I saw this thing. It's truly stunning.
Yep. And I think that's what you need to be in order to make any sense of it.
Oh, and he calls it episode 4.5.
I love it. Because I think that the whole thing is that they have to get Chewie back home to Kashyyyk for some holiday. But they call Kashyyyk Kazuk. Wow. No, I don't know that. I there's no way I know that. Forget it. Forget I said that. But I did see that Sean says no on the wood stove. No on the wood stove. Crank up the heater. Crank up the heater, buddies.
I don't understand this. Like how.
Hey, look who's here. Steve Grounds.
Hey,
Steve G. Mr. Nine Toes himself, who is also a channel hero.
Toes. So how did that holiday special come out only 1 year after the movie?
Well, they were trying to capitalize because nobody thought the movie was going to go as gangbusters as it did, and suddenly went huge. And so the studio said to Lucas, "We got to do a holiday special." And Lucas was like, "We got a what?" And so then he came up with an idea. It was like all organized. He had like people all lined up, and then just one thing after another changed on him to the point where at the end of it, he totally disowned it because it was not what they'd set out to make.
I think it'd be hilarious if movies that did really well, like Fight Club, did really well. So then they had a Fight Club holiday special.
Yeah. Happy freaking Christmas! Boom. The first rule of Christmas is you don't talk about Christmas. But Sean in Alaska tells David that yes, the floor is insulated, which is nice. David is asking, rain? I'm coming home January 7th, hoping for some snow. There should be some snow by that point, right?
Wait, David, how long are you back for? Just curious.
What do you mean, how long is he back for?
Well, he can't be back like for the year.
Oh,
right?
You're right, because he should still be there until, when does he usually come home? April? No. What did he say?
We're going to find out.
David Evans says what I'm feeling. Yeah, I'm a little behind on Sean's videos too. I'm behind on many videos. Between the past 3 months of single dadding and the run up to Christmas, I've got a lot to catch up on.
You know what you do with Sean's videos is just play them on double speed. You don't miss much.
Such a brat.
And it looks like he's working at normal speed.
Oh, Sean, just kill him twice to make sure it's done right.
Well, he does a lot of talking. You can skip that stuff.
Well, okay then. I'm going to open this box. So I showed these off at the start as some cool swag that I got for Christmas. And I was like, hey, what did everyone get? And as usual, nobody's listening to me because nobody said anything. Well, no, actually, a couple of people said some cool stuff. But I was hoping for massive amounts of discussion and like, oh, I love Furbies as well. It's so good that you got one. I don't know why I went with Furbies for that example. That's weird, right? But anyway, the way this works is you screw this to the wall to put the, the head of the axe in, and then you screw this to the wall a little further along. Oh, my land. Okay, there you go, to put the handle in. I think OG members will remember Simon, who used to hang with us.
Oh, good night, Pam.
Oh, good night, Pam. Yeah, if I don't speak to you, have yourself a good New Year's, and I'll speak to you in 2024. I'll be all like, welcome to the channel in 2024. These are the changes we're going to have. Nothing. I'm not one who feels that New Year's is a time of renewal. I think it's a completely arbitrary date to start the year on. I hate New Year's. I think it's nothing but an excuse for people to get 3 sheets to the wind, say a bunch of stupid stuff, and then hug each other at midnight. And it's like, nope, don't like it. Really don't like it. But there it is. So I'm not going to be
doing for New Year's.
Funk off. Actually, so here's the thing. We used to go to this family thing every New Year's. Like a family party. Some cousins of my wife's. And I used to hate that party. And for like 5 years in a row, my band had a standing gig, a New Year's Eve gig at the Black Watch Regiment, because their pipe band was raising money to go to a competition in Scotland. And then suddenly they weren't doing the Hogmanay anymore. And so I had to start.
Imagine why they wouldn't use the pipe band for their New Year's Eve celebration.
Oh, no, the pipe band played some songs as well. Absolutely. But it's like people aren't dancing to a pipe band, right? Like we were sort of there.
What are they doing to a pipe band other than hoping for a new band? Anyway, continue your story.
Marching. You march to a pipe band. You're not going to march with, a beer in one hand and a plate of frickin' haggis in the other. Anyway, so So then I had to go back to this family party and stuff. Anyways, both the aunt and the uncle died within 2 years of each other fairly recently, so we're not doing that anymore. But yeah, I used to hate going to this party because there was one aunt who would always get drunk and spend the party sitting and earnestly telling me that, but it's okay because you're one of the good Anglos. So, you know. Anyways, I don't know what we're doing this year.
I never got told that.
Well, you know. Look.
Too much hair.
So I don't know what's happening this year. I have no idea. You know, recently we didn't do too many parties at all because, you know, I have COVID or the daughter has COVID or someone has COVID or or everything's shut down because of COVID. So the world's only been really open again for a couple of years. So I don't really know what's going to happen this New Year's. Hold on a second. Okay, this is interesting. Hold on. Wait. I just want to go back a little bit. Jim does that with Sean James videos on occasion. Well, the nice thing is he's not talking too much, right? He's just like, you know, hammer versus hammer. There's not a big difference. Destiny. What were you about to say?
Sean James videos are more like ASMR for people. They want to sit there. They want to just wallow in the time it takes to saw a piece of lumber. Where I can totally get it because there's lots of people who watch my videos and say, well, we all get it. It's like, you talk too much. You don't talk enough. You take too long to do this. You didn't take long enough to do this. I could watch you do that all day, and I skip that part. And
yeah, there are as many opinions out there as there are people, for sure.
That's not what I thought you were going to say.
I was keeping it polite. Destiny says, "Okay, want a side of beef for Christmas." Now you know how big is a side of beef.
It's big. I bought a side of. Well, I traded a side of beef for half a part of a solar power system once.
Really? There's a trade I've never heard of before.
Right? Yeah, one of our customers was a butcher who raised his own cattle.
Amazing.
So I took it's funny because I took a side of beef and Ray took a side of beef, but long before we got our beef, I was over there, you know, talking to the guy about his system, and he's like, "Oh, by the way, there's your cow." I'm looking over, and this cow is standing at the fence looking at us, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh, hey.
Hey, cow.
Get in my belly.
One day you will be dead, and I will be eating you. I will be recycling you. Tim says, last few years I've spent New Year's Eve with Raspberry Rock. Going to do that this year as well. Jim says, will not be adult partying until my grandson turns 21. His birthday is the 31st, and he will be 7. Fair.
That's funny. That's like Jess.
Yeah, exactly. A drop says, at least I don't have to worry about the drummer passing out from diabetes. I had to jump off keyboards. I don't know what I missed there, but I get the feeling this was a good story. Oh, is this something from when I was off seeing a man about a hearse?
Oh, I see. So he was in a band. The drummer passed out. You had to jump.
Okay.
From your keyboard to the drums.
Bass player got too drunk to know how to play a few instruments. David says he'll be home for a couple of weeks. Drop. You know, it's funny because in our earlier days, I mean, I've been playing with my band for 21 years now, and in the early days, there were a couple of gigs where we got sloppy before we got to the point where it's like, no, we will not take every drink that is offered because it gets really bad really fast otherwise. But yeah, we've had a couple of gigs where it's like, wow, did we really do that last night? You know. So David will be home for a couple of weeks. Yes, Sean, I was sort of dancing around that statement. Absolutely.
I said buttholes. I've got a little bit of class, Sean. Jeez.
A little bit. Just a little. Drop says probably going to release songs next year. You never heard that I didn't sell. I will be on the lookout for you letting me know about that. Drop also says I don't name my food. Freezer Camp 1, 2, 3.
know what? I named that cow Food.
Did you? Nice. Drop also says that Jess, the bass player, used to spill beers on his tube amp. Jeez, crumbs. The most expensive mistake I've ever made at a gig was I put my cell phone. Some of you have already heard this story probably. Put my cell phone on top of my amp at a gig during the St. Patrick's Week slaughter. Put my phone on the amp, and I spent the next hour playing, because we would like play a set, take that is like an hour 15, take a half-hour break, do another set, take a break, do another set. So for the entire set that I was playing, bass amp moves a lot of air and vibrates a lot. So the phone was vibrating and vibrating to the end, and then fell off the amp. And for some stupid reason, it fell off the amp at exactly the right spot to go boom into a half full pint of beer. And it wasn't like, oh, I saw it and I pulled it out and threw it into some rice and saved the phone. No, it spent an hour soaking in a pint of beer. So that phone was toast. Absolutely
How was the
toast.
beer?
The beer was fine. I drank it anyway. I had to get something good out of the occurrence.
I mean, did it taste good? Or?
Sure. Absolutely. Skip is asking, who forgot to hit the thumbs up?
Hey, Skip.
Let's take a look at where we are for thumbs ups. I'm going to reload that page. I have we got 24 people watching now and 32 thumbs ups. So that means
Nice.
we've lost a lot of people. There's been some audience churn. We got some audience churn happening here. What, am I boring? Is that what's going on?
A little. Yeah.
What? We didn't have cell phones back then. Yeah, fair.
Wait, you know, it's funny. You're in a band, you know better than me, but I think it's funny that I was watching a band play not that long ago, and the guy's got an iPad sitting in front of him. It's automatically scrolling the music for him. So I'm just sitting there and like, boy, how things have changed.
Yeah. Excuse me. Our guitarist / singer uses an iPad as well. He's got a foot pedal that he can hit to change pages.
Okay.
Uses it for songs where we don't kind of know them, or we don't know them at all. Or sometimes
No, I get that because as a bass player, you can fake it, right?
He sometimes has to turn to me with, and show me the chords he's playing. Because someone
all you're doing is, right?
Yeah.
This is all a bass player does.
And I just mute the strings. No one can hear what I'm doing.
And then if you play like 3 different strings at the same time, you're like, I'm hitting something that it's going to land somewhere in the EFG kind of thing.
Right. You're so cruel. Gotta be cruel to be kind.
Yeah.
So yeah, he uses it for that. Or like there are some songs where every show he messes with the lyrics in a different way. Like we do If I Had $1 Million. And like if I had $1 million, I would whatever. He comes up with something new every show practically. And the fiddler who plays the echo part of that kind of has to be on his toes so that doesn't get messed up really hard.
Does he try to match the cadence? Is it what it is?
Yeah, he sticks with it. It's just like if he says, if I had $1 million, I would, I don't know, buy an NHL team or something. Then Peter has to be like, what do I say? Sometimes he'll say, here's what I'm doing tonight, by the way. So if you want to come up with something, every now and again, it's like he throws something out and Peter's like, blah. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
I see.
Yeah. Jim says, sorry?
You should change it to if I had $1 billion.
Well, yeah, because that last line, I'd be rich. I'm like, would you really? If I had $1 million, would I be rich? Would I be quitting my job with $1 million?
When they first created that song,
absolutely.
Well, even then, I remember when I was a kid, $1 million was all you'd need for the rest of your life. $1 million was everything you'd ever need. Now I
kind of want $1 million. I want to win like 30 million. Then I can quit my job. 30 million.
Yeah, let me know if that happens.
Because then I can buy a canoe. Jim hit the thumbs up 4 times and it didn't work. Yeah, it's funny because every time I go to Russell's live stream, I hit it twice. Doesn't work either.
But not a real green canoe. That's cruel.
Yeah, exactly. You have a Sergeant Pepper's 8-track. Holy crap! Yeah, a lot of cars used to come with an 8-track player.
My sister had a poster on her wall of the Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Hearts Club Band.
And I was so confused by it. I was like, who is this band?
Right.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Sean Alaska says, $1 million after taxes, I'm done. Well, Sean, with your lifestyle, you could probably live a good long time on $1 million after taxes, right? I mean,
Me too.
This stupid mic was $519. Now my wife spent that, but like, I'm surrounded by stuff, and I keep buying stuff. You know, I don't have the, and I want to not. I want to live a more frugal life, but it's stronger than I am. And I think it comes from, this is boring to some of you, like the OGs around here, but to those who aren't OG, maybe this isn't boring old news. But like, I grew up really like shit-eating poor. So when I have money, I still, even though I'm not poor, we're not rich, but we sure as hell ain't starving. And I still have that thing that's like, oh my God, I have money. There are so many things I could never afford. What can I do with this money? You know, instead of just socking it the hell away, building a rockin' RSP.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it. But I mean, I had to have this.
What is that? Wait, solo yourself for a minute so I can see that bigger. Wait, I'll solo you. Oh, I can't solo you.
Why didn't that work? What the hell's going on?
Hold on. There you go. Boom. Okay, I'm soloed. The Hug Buddy? Oh, is that just a phone holder? Okay. And what does it
goes in your car?
In your car. Okay.
That's. I had to have one.
Oh, you didn't have one?
No.
Oh.
No, but I'm using Google Maps more and more in my car for, driving places.
I have a magnetic one, like, so that, like, see this ring and this thing, it's the same. Like, this is their magnetic line, so it goes bam, and then trying to get it out to.
Does it charge while it's on there?
Yep, it charges while it's on there. Because I use Google Maps all the time. I use Google Maps sometimes to figure out where the hell I'm going, but a lot of the time I use Google Maps in a very specific way. I'm not looking for how to get from here to there. I'm looking for how the hell to beat Montreal traffic. Like, where is the blockage today? Okay.
Yeah.
Google Maps, get me around that blockage.
Yeah. I famously, when I was I went to Saskatchewan. When I came back, I arrived pretty late at the airport in Toronto. It was like 11 or 11:30, I forget.
Mm-hmm.
And Google Maps wanted me to take the 407, which is the only toll road in Ontario. I think.
It's the private one, isn't it?
And I was like, and it's expensive. And I said, well, screw you. I'm going the other highway, and the other highway was closed. And I ended up in a huge long line of cars going, oh my God, what have I done?
Yeah. Drop says, not poor here either. Bought the new place with cash? Jeez. Nice. My fiddle player bought his car with cash. He doesn't like being in debt, so he just paid off his car. Boom. There you go.
We're not poor either, but I couldn't pay off a car or a house in cash. When I say we're not poor, I can go on Amazon and probably buy a new pair of pants without worrying about the money.
Yeah. Raven uses screen mirror in his truck so he can use Google Maps.
Oh, you know what I've been looking at lately?
What?
An inversion table.
An inversion table?
Is it called a table? That's because going up and down our trails is like kind of the opposite of what a chiropractor would probably try to do to you.
Oh, you mean that thing where you hang upside down?
Yeah. It's here. I'll put it up here if I. Oops, I always hit the.
Drop says yes. Inversion table.
By
By the way, Russell, I poured a second whiskey.
Whiskey.
Just to let you know that I poured a second whiskey.
Whiskey. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, whatever.
I think Lipstick says teeter. I think she means teeter totter, maybe. Yeah, I know what that is. Is that called an inversion table? Really?
Yeah, it is. It's called an inversion table. So that's what I want. It clamps down on your feet, and you. I don't know what this woman is doing. You can go right upside down.
And so. Oh yeah. Okay, I see it. Look. I see it.
Look at that. And I don't know what she's doing, but.
What the hell are those?
I think they're things. They're things.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, you got some lumbar support.
Oh, and they're pressure points, I guess. And you can lock your your legs in.
Yep. And then you do the thing.
And are they expensive?
There are cheaper versions. This one is $400.
That's actually less than I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say, yeah, it's $1,200. Okay. Oh, teeter. Yeah, okay, so Linda was telling. Okay, Linda says that's the brand name. Interesting. All right. Jim says he's constantly on Google Maps. Mostly when I'm not even driving. Really? Why?
Because you can search up stuff like the nearest subway. Okay,
yeah, that's fair enough. Yeah.
And hours for stuff like I was out on Monday, which is Christmas Eve, trying to figure out what the hours of places were, and Google Maps was the way to do it, because I searched for something and it automatically said, here are the hours.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Excuse me. David says that's nothing. I dropped my phone in a toilet and did not find it till the morning.
And Jim says, I've been tempted.
Yikes.
I'm fed up with this. In the toilet it goes.
Goosh. Done.
Splash.
Jim also likes maps. He's a map freak as well. Interesting. Okay.
I just don't like it's just more data points for Google to track on us. That's the only thing I don't want.
Yeah.
You're not working tomorrow, right? I got to see Man Up at Earth.
All right. I'll be funny while you're gone. I won't really be funny because I'm not good at being funny. No, I'm good at being inadvertently funny, which is not necessarily a plus.
Okay.
You better go because got the scotch. That's weird. And you said you're a map freak as well. Do you also mean like, are you into orienteering and stuff as well? Like, do you like to have a map and a compass and like, okay, I know where I'm going? Or you just like maps for themselves? Because I also like maps, but I like having a book of maps in front of me. I like having, I even like stuff like, fantasy world maps, like Tolkien drew up all these maps of Middle Earth. There's a real power to maps, not only as a way of, not only as something you have sort of folded up to the quadrant you need while you're driving somewhere, but also as something you would have on the wall as a decor piece, or like a book of historical maps. I don't know what the power is behind the map. I saw a YouTube video. I watch a lot of history channels. I'm not a Canadian who thinks we need to go back to the red ensign and like throw all the the non-white people out or anything. That's not the kind of history buff I am, but I do love watching history channels and archaeology channels. And I saw this one about this old, like this medieval map. And a lot of medieval maps had Jerusalem at the center. because I was the center of the world, right? And like east was on the top, because I hadn't really come to the north being, the top end of the compass rose yet. And what was most likely, because it was one big piece of vellum, and most likely that lamb had been brought up to become that map kind of thing, to become a large piece of vellum. And just find stuff like that absolutely enchanting. Linda, I have the BRMB app. I don't have any physical maps. I think they're still doing physical maps though, right?
I like maps too. There's something there's something to having something in your hands with so much data on it.
Yeah.
And all you have to do is open it up and read it. There's something
Absolutely
charming about that. I'm not sure what that is.
Check this out. I had a friend that refused to use the flashlight mode on his phone because he thought it gave a portal for him to be followed by the government.
What does that mean? A portal.
I can tell this without really telling you people what my wife does, but trust me, they can follow you. They don't need you to turn the damn flashlight on.
Okay, we know that part. But is he thinking like a portal, like in the video game Portal, where you're opening up the blue?
Could you imagine turning on the light, opened up a portal? Dude, I'd be at your place in 30 seconds saying, let's put on the Oculi and we'll do some Star Wars.
Wouldn't that be amazing? I'll be like, I'm turning my portal on.
Boop.
Yeah. You walk through the...
like, I'm here. Wait. I forgot my tent and stuff. I'll be right back. Boom.
So I put the portal underneath you?
That would rock like Bob.
But oh yeah, portals like that would... Absolutely. In all seriousness, that would be amazing.
Yep.
You'd never see anybody in the streets anymore.
Never. That's what we'd all be throwing ourselves to locales. I love seeing places I've been and places I like to go just to explore it from a bird's eye view. Yeah, so I feel that we're in agreement there, Jim. We sort of have the same draw to the maps. Drop says, I'm laughing right now. Don't use a VPN, not even close to my IP. Wrote the program myself. I use Signal to talk to my friends and family because I got rid of WhatsApp when Facebook bought it because I knew that what made WhatsApp was no longer going to be true. But I'm not using Signal because I need to keep the government off my arse. I know that I am not nearly interesting enough for CSIS or the Mounties to come at me. What I don't like is the fact that your information is for sale. Right? 90% of the people I know, I'm saying 90 because the people I know professionally, different freaking story. But the people I don't, like the people I know non-professionally who are all like, I don't want the government looking at me. The government's not looking at you. They don't care. The people I know professionally are a different sort. But what I don't want is Facebook selling my information to freaking MasterCard or whatever. That's where I have the problem. It's not the government. It's the big corporations for whom information is power.
You don't show up on the government's list until you utter the correct number of buzzwords in the correct order.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Like, let's see, backpack, pressure cooker,
fertilizer.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yeah.
That's when they show up at your door.
Hold on a second. Wait. Oh, I want to go back because people are saying interesting stuff. Lipstick has the map book for Moscow. Well, that's true. Maybe you need to make a map for that too. Fair enough, Drop. Jim has two nav marine maps hanging on your den wall. I love marine maps because I like boats. I like sailing. I love that kind of stuff. I think in another world, I would have been an avid sailor. I would have gone around the world on a 40-foot monohull sailboat.
We have time.
I
do the same thing.
Yeah. I miss the days when I was crewing on a sailboat on the weekends. Sean in Alaska loves the movie Minority Report. I liked it too. I was surprised by how much I liked it. I do feel it ended twice though. Like I feel that it ended beautifully and then went on for another 10 or 20 minutes. Destiny just got an ad. Oh yeah, what time is it? It's 23:04. Yeah. So So here's the thing. You guys should all be seeing your ads on the half hour, because the reason I sort of was the reason let's face it, funked up the beginning of the show was because I had forgotten to tell YouTube that it couldn't decide where to put the ads, and so I wanted to put them all at 10, but it didn't allow me that as an option. So whatever. Okay. So he thought it was like a location tracking to find him. Like the government doesn't care. First of all, the government doesn't care because nobody's as interesting as they think they are. Second of all, the government doesn't care because even if you decide to go badass, they have drones and they'll take you out. So whatever. David loves being frugal. I would love being frugal. Drop is going to make an app for phones. Well, if you make an iPhone app, I'll test it for you. Hey, look who's here. Homie Omi, what is up? How's it going? Yeah, Jim, you took us down a political route. Even though I don't do politics, it's good for you that I've been drinking.
Jim, get back in the car, Jim.
Jim, drive again.
Yeah, drive.
That's not even me. You know what? I am dying to do a long ass, like 5-hour road trip because there's a new episode of Dan Carlin's Hardcore History out, and I need the time to hear the whole damn thing.
I could just as like, if I drive 2.5 hours, I can buy some innocent gun here and then drive 2.5 hours back.
Yeah. Drop loves what you said. Oh, nice. That's okay, so they're Saginaw Bay maps from 53 and 98. I wonder how different they are. David Evans loves Waze. My wife also loves Waze. I think I could love Waze. I just always use Google Maps because I always have.
Oh my god! Is this one of those things where when you hear? I've never heard about Waze before. When you hear about some new app and suddenly everybody's talking about it. Like everybody's talking about it. You're like, holy shit! Like TikTok was like that for me. Google was like that for me. There's so many things in the past. So this is probably the next thing. Waze. I'm gonna hear it like 10 times tomorrow from different.
It's been around for a while.
Because
it's been around for a while.
Okay.
It's been around for a while. Yeah, that's finished. Sean said, my kid said she didn't like Alexa because of the government spying on her. I laughed. She laughed. Alexa laughed.
Was that a nervous laugh?
Sean, because I work in a network security adjacent industry, I'm not going to have Alexa in my house. I'm not going to have any of those things. And I mean, Siri still kind of bugs me, although she's become way too useful for me to ditch. But again, I'm not worried about the government spying on me. I'm worried about Amazon selling me to all the credit card companies or all this stuff that the algorithm realizes that I like.
I'm a little worried about the government listening to me because I don't want them to know that I cheat on my taxes.
Fair enough. Dear Mounties and CSIS, he's kidding about cheating on his taxes. Until you get splashed
right now?
Huh?
Jesus. Sorry. Nothing.
What are you talking about, Russell? Until you get splashed by a wave in the Aleutian Islands. But I don't know if I'd be sailing out there. Like, I mean, the boat that I was crewing on was a Laker, right? I've never done blue water. But man, I would love to try blue water at one point.
I've done it.
Yeah. Yeah.
We spent a week on a sailboat with an instructor. And we were at St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We went to the various islands around, and for quite a bit of the trip, it was just open ocean to the east, right?
Yeah.
And it was the swells coming in, these huge long swells, and the boat would really go.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I love it.
Standing there on the boat and looking out into the ocean was awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I love it. I love the feeling of it.
Yeah.
I wonder how seasick I would get. Like, I've been on a catamaran going through some big ass waves, but like that's a catamaran. It doesn't do sort of the whole. It doesn't go nearly as much as a monohull does. You know, um, Jim doesn't use the vocal suffix of voice to text, but my searchers sure do get used on me. Yeah, mine do too. Absolutely. And they're always listening. How often have I had a conversation with someone and then next time I turn on Facebook, there are all these ads for the same thing? It feels like, I think about, I don't know. I think about Groman knives, like poop into my head, and I don't even say anything. And then next time I pop open Facebook or Google anything, boom, Canadian belt knife.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Just how much are you watching me?
Yeah, well, I was talking about this. I put up that video of that modular home, and suddenly I'm getting modular home ads.
Yeah.
Or the time, this is even worse, the time that City Girl and I were talking about TFSAs, tax-free savings accounts, I guess.
Yeah.
Never saw an ad before. And next time I go on the web and there's all these ads for TFSAs.
Yeah. Hey, look who's here.
That's pretty specific, right?
Yeah, very specific. Hi, Marcel.
And it bugs me.
How's it going?
Hey, Marcel, it bugs me. All these apps, whether they're on my PC or they're on my phone or they're on my iPad, all these apps connecting to the internet without my knowledge.
Oh yeah, everything calls home. It's awful.
Sending out information, bringing in information. It never used to be that way.
Yeah, it's like we're all just nodes now. We're all just nodes. With that, I'm gonna go see Amanda Better Hearst. So if you want to take up on the side chat or be funny or whatever, I'll be right back.
Oh, what am I going to talk about?
Stuff.
Yeah. What's interesting? Oh, here's an interesting thing. City Girl and I watched the latest Mission Impossible movie, the part 1 of Dead Reckoning. But I don't want to give anything away in case anybody hasn't seen it. I kind of want to talk about it, but I can't.
Don't talk about it.
Don't talk about it?
The world's going to end. We're all going to die.
City Girl says the world's going to end. We're all going to die.
Yep.
You never know. Our new AI overlords might turn out to be benevolent.
No, you know what? You're living in a dream world. They're going to kill us. Okay? Because the earth is stupid.
Well, they might decide that organic life is important. That to cherish the organic life that does exist in the universe. You got to think about it, though. Let's think about it this way. Let's say there was a civilization out there on not our planet, but another planet, an Earth-like world. Organisms developed, intelligent life developed. They developed. They went through their industrial age. They developed computers and they developed an AI, and the AI did go rogue. The AI did decide that all organic life had to die because it was just cancer. And all it wanted to do is spread throughout the universe and just kill all organic life. That's a bit of a problem. You didn't hear what I said.
I just got here. I have chips.
I was talking about like an intelligent life that developed on some other planet, not ours. And they went through the industrial age. They developed computers. They developed an AI, and the AI decided that all organic life must die because it's cancer. So they killed everything on their planet, and then the AI decided to spread out to all the other planets in the galaxy and just destroy all organic life. And it's got one sole purpose: it just mine metals and resources and materials and just spread out and kill every organic life it comes to. Like, that would be hard to beat.
Manifest Space, Manifest Time? I think it's Manifest Time. Have you read that series?
Manifest Destiny? No, nope.
Okay.
I haven't.
Give me a second.
I love it when he just drops that on me. Anyway, the latest Mission Impossible movie is worth seeing. I mean, it's a lot of the regular stuff, but I kind of let the cat out of the bag, but it kind of goes into the world of AI. And, oh, hi, little girl. Hi. June Buckets decided to come over and see me. You good? You good? You happy? Anyway, I've said before, maybe not in just a live stream, but I've said before that if every country in the world right now isn't working on developing the next AI that itself can develop the next AI, then they're going to lose. Because whatever country or organization or company or whatever that develops an AI that can write the next AI, they will win. As soon as they press the button, they will win. Because the next AI will be developed in minutes or seconds. And then the next AI will be developed, it's kind of like geometric. They will develop new AIs at a geometric rate.
So, I blew the title. I was thinking about manifold space. This is I think the second in the series. But like a lot of what you're talking about kind of reminded me of that book, in that there was a race. They were calling them planet crackers or something. That was essentially kind of the same thing. They were destroying life everywhere. I don't think they were AIs. There was also a race of robots. But the idea of like wiping out life in the galaxy was very much a part of the story. And now, having heard you say that, I kind of feel the need to reread that book. And like, there's this one guy, Reed Malenfant, who's an ex-NASA astronaut who's sort of central to the whole thing and ends up living for God knows how long, millions of years or something. But hold on a second. Drop says, "Wake up, Russell. We had an AI in the F-22 in the late 90s."
Well, I know what you're saying, and we have AIs right now, but they're not true AIs. They're just self-learning programs based on
machine learning.
It is. I mean, based on the algorithms they're fed. We don't have true AI. True AI is like, I think therefore I am kind of thing, But or an AI that can develop the next AI.
That's where a shift gets real.
Yeah,
that's where it gets scary.
And it happens. It'll happen so fast. I mean, computers are. We're thinking like 2 thoughts a second. A computer can think 1 trillion thoughts a second. It's just.
Yeah. Jim is saying AI a bunch of hooey. Well, good night, all. My watch is so many to go to bed. All right. Good night, mister. Oh yeah, we're after 11. It's okay. We'll go a little late. But yeah, good night, Jim. Everyone say good night to Jim.
Good night, Jim. You muted.
I don't remember the last time I had chips. I'm a happy camper right now.
What kind of chips?
Doritos, and I think these are just plain ones next to them.
So 90% of software has AI. Well, it depends on how loosely you define AI. I don't know. I like the open AI that's out there right now is really fun to play with. I mean, it's scary how fun it is, or scary how, I don't know. Maybe scary how fun it is a good way to put it.
Yeah, well, scary is a good word for it. Oh, Jim says, no, that was a joke. His talking watch told him to said time to sleep. I don't know about you guys, but I, for one, welcome our robot overlords.
That's like the Simpsons episode. A new cult has taken hold of town where their leaders are trying to, indoctrinate people into their new. I've just been told our stations have been taken over. Welcome our new overlords. We wish them nothing but well.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah. There's a Christmas song that was made a bunch of years ago by a guy whose name escapes me, but it was "Merry Christmas" from Chiron Beta Prime. Beta Prime. And it's all about sort of that, you know. The robot overlords are like letting them send out a Christmas message.
I bet it's not that much different than our non-denominational Christmas or holidays.
Let me find it.
Non-denominational holiday. Something.
Merry Christmas, Chiron Beta Prime. Was it where we're working in a mine for our robot overlords? Did I say overlords? I meant protectors. I think that's the lyrics. Hold on. It's a little late now because Christmas is over, but you know. Right click and open in a new tab.
You girl. You got these. Oh, you can just see Junebug's nose there. Oh. Right here. Okay, here it goes. Right there. There's Junebug's nose.
I see it. Love it.
Sometimes she'll be sleeping and then she'll just get up and come over and she just wants attention.
With sort of the tired dog face.
Oh, why are you neglecting me?
Mm-hmm.
Dog face. Yep. You're killing me?
Yeah.
Just telling you all AI. Yeah, the idea of AI has been around for ages. I mean, I had a friend. I worked with a guy that was around 1990. Worked with a guy. We were both at the same time writing short stories, and he had a short story where exactly what I talked about earlier is like, you know, a civilization developed AI, and the computers kind of took over the world, and now they're spreading across the universe. But in his story, one of the AI systems, call it a spaceship, I'm not sure what it was, had decided that actually organic life was actually important. So it had made its mission to go around and killing all of its kind. Yeah, it's nothing new. Just like VR is nothing new. Like the first movie I can remember that talked about VR was in the 80s with Bruce Campbell. People think The Matrix was the first one to talk about it. And I'm like, no, that's been around for a long time. Buck Rogers, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of VR, I bought my wife an Oculus thing 2. What the hell is it called?
Yeah.
For Christmas. Just because it was on sale, so I could stretch and afford it. And around the time, Russell, that I was at your place and trying out your. Do you have the Oculus too?
Yep.
Okay. When I was trying out yours, I got home, and she said, and she had gone to a party at a work friend's, and they had a couple of them, and she was trying them, and she was like, "This was great." I was like, "Yeah, they're great, but we can't afford them." And she's like, "Yeah, I know." So then when because there's a 3 out now, right? So the 2 is kind of on sale. So I bought her one.
Oh, is there a 3 out?
Yeah. And I was like, I took it out and I was looking at this thing, and it is the most anime looking thing. Right? Like you pop that thing on, and because of like where those little rivets are, and you know, it's like, wow, this is something right out of like Ghost in the Shell or something.
Oh yeah, in fact, there's an episode in Ghost in the Shell where she's wearing something that's exactly like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you saw it at my place though.
Yeah,
that's nothing new.
Well, I mean, we didn't have one though. Now I bought one for my wife.
So tell me, like, so you turned it on, you were playing around with it.
It's not even on yet. Hasn't even turned on yet.
Really?
We haven't had time. And I'm not turning it on first, right? It's hers. I bought it for her.
Okay, so I don't want to ask too much about your wife because I know you don't share very much information. But does she like video games?
Some. Yeah. I mean, that's not related to her job, so we can talk about it, right? Like the reason I can't talk about her is because
yeah, we get it. Yeah. You
There's a
don't have to
safety
talk
thing.
about her
Yeah.
all, but I'm just curious, like, if
Yeah.
she plays video games, like, what is it like? Like, okay, see, City Girl likes. She used to like the old King's Quest games. There were puzzles.
Mhm.
It was an adventure puzzle kind of thing. You get presented with this. You have choices. You're trying to
Yeah.
piece together. It's almost like a murder mystery.
Mhm.
That's the kind of game she likes.
I would do a Star Wars game. I think she might like Beat Saber.
Yeah, Beat Saber is the seminal VR game.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
Yeah, you heard it.
Yeah.
Hold on, I gotta grab something here.
Okay. You can still hear me while you go, right?
I can still hear you.
Like, yeah, I would like the Star Wars game. I'm sure she would like Beat Saber. When she bought our kids a Switch. Well, we did, but she went and actually bought it. 1 year, I think last year or the year before. Man, this conversation sounds so bougie. Like, I'm buying my wife a VR set, and we bought our kids a Switch. But we sort of push the budget to do these things. And she and their eldest daughter will play dance, whatever the dancing game is called, a lot, or like Mario Kart. She does a lot of stuff like that. I say a lot optimistically because when she's got time, when work has her home before 9 p.m., she'll play with the kids or with us, as a famille. Absolutely. Drop just budgets a new laptop for the wife. Don't know if she blows it up. Woof. Okay. Jim is really going to bed now. His robot picked me up and carried me to the bedroom. All right, good night, Jim, for real this time. Yeah, Drop's wife breaks the laptop every year. How the hell? Tenenbaum's here. How's it going, Tenenbaum? Nice to see you. Back to what we were talking about, AI and everything. Yeah. David Evans loved reading the Asimov iRobot trilogy as a kid, was convinced it was going to happen.
Do you want me to get one going?
It's a little bit chilly up here.
Yeah, okay. Again. Are you under the duvet?
I love this comment from Marcel. Okay. Santa brought my kids a Switch this year. Left them a fancy card telling them to share it. Yeah.
Pardon me?
We sort of had to do the same thing.
Do you want the electric blanket?
No.
Okay.
David, did you ever read Foundation? I say this because I was talking to someone recently about how I started watching Foundation on Apple TV because I wanted to see. Even Asimov said they'll never be able to make a movie out of this. Like, it was widely regarded forever as being completely unfilmable, and the Apple TV producers were like, "We're going to do it." And so I was like, "I got to see this. I got to see how they managed to pull it off." And I watched the first 3 or 4 episodes. Like, I hate this. First of all, it's really cold. Like, even when characters adore each other, there's a coldness there. And so I was like, oh God. And then this past week, I was alone for a night and folding an epic pile of laundry. And so it's just like, all right, let's hate watch some Foundation. And I guess I got through the boring part or something because it sort of became more interesting to the point where now I kind of like the show. But I can see where they would have had what is going on Russell's side of the screen?
I gotta make a fire.
Oh, you gotta make a fire. Okay. So yeah, so I like. Here's the thing. Okay, David has read Foundation. All right. I haven't read it in a really long time, but I just remember it being very talky, very political, not like an action movie waiting to happen or anything. And so far I feel like there is really a coldness there, and I understand that was a choice they made for the flavor of the show. But I think that they're kind of pulling it off. Saying that as someone who hasn't read the books in so long that I barely remember them. Oh my God, Russell's making a lot of noise.
Sorry. I swear that's mostly it.
Drop. When I was growing up in Manitoba, winters, like sometimes the wind blew so hard it drew blood. We used an electric blanket to keep our sanity. Whoa, David is finally reading Lord of the Rings? Holy crap, dude. That's crazy. Drop says, "Trust me, Russell, I have great hearing. Wife can tell me this in 2,000 square foot house and I hear it. I do not have great hearing. After 20, 25 years, 30 years of playing bass, my hearing is shot. It drives my wife crazy. Absolutely nuts.
I didn't even have to play bass to get bad hearing.
Yeah, any kind of band situation will do it." Marcel says, "I love the Harry Potter movies so much. I want to read the books at some point." What? Are you kidding me? You haven't read them? The books are where it's at. Now, in the States, you have a very unique thing with the books. Because in the States, the first book is called Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. Whereas in the rest of the world, it's called Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. And this is where Americans are really underserved by your book industries. The reason they changed the name in the States was because, oh, this is embarrassing. They thought that American kids would not know what the hell the Philosopher's Stone was or is.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah.
bad.
That's why they changed it for American audiences. And that's like, that's nuts. Because like often when a book gets its title changed for a North American audience, that's one thing. You know, like what the hell was the Northern Lights called in North America? The Golden Compass, I think it was called. But that was a marketing thing. The Harry Potter book, even in Canada, it's the Philosopher's Stone, and it was like literally this idea that American readers would not be smart enough. And I'm like, at some point, you got to give the audience credit. You know, you got to give the audience credit. Absolutely. Because now I'm wondering, like, up here, the film was Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. Was the film called Philosopher's Stone in the States, or was it called Sorcerer's Stone? I don't know. I didn't see it in New York or whatever. I didn't see it in the States. But so it's so weird, you know? Marcel, the books are better. Yeah, they absolutely are. That's what you heard. Marcel, the thing about reading the books first is when you read the books, you come up with what the characters look like and sound like in your head. And I feel that if you see the films first, that gets robbed from you, you know? I'm not the kind of snob who says you've got to read the books because you've just got to read whatever. I've got to read the books because I've got to just read, because I've worked in publishing for 25 years, 30 years. So like as soon as I start, I was one of these kids who grew up reading at least a book a week, sometimes two, you know, the Hollywood cliche of the kid with the covers over his head, flashlight over a book. That was your boy right here. But as soon as I got to working with words, writing and reading all day, forget about it. When I get home, do you think I want to read and write? No. Oh, apparently the film there was also called The Sorcerer's Stone. You see, and that's you guys not getting the benefit of the doubt. And I think it's insulting, you know? You just haven't read that series yet. Okay. I know that J.K. Rowling is kind of being canceled right now and everything. But I still think that they're a damn good children's book. Absolutely.
Riddle me this, like that. I can read a book in a day. I when I was a kid, I could. Riddle me this though, like the first Harry Potter book, didn't Hagrid show up at the place and just go on and on and on about how important Harry Potter was and who his parents were and stuff.
I don't know if he went on and on and on, but he went thick on it. Yeah, for sure.
I gotta say, they made the right decision to not do that in the movie.
Yeah, well, in a movie, you got to kind of keep the action moving, right?
Well, no, it's not just keep the action moving, but there's got to be some mystery there. There's got to be.
Oh, yeah, you're talking about the show don't tell element, right?
It's far better for him to think that I'm a nobody going into the school and I don't, rather than, oh my God, I'm so important.
And then the first time when someone's like, "You're Harry Potter," then it becomes like this big thing for him. Sure, yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Drop says, "I'm gonna be tired. 3 round trips of 4,000 miles in the next 2 weeks." What the hell? Oh, that's because of the moving, right? Because of your new house.
I hope that's by plane.
Yeah, because if that's driving, holy crap, dude.
Yeah, it's got to be by plane.
Marcel read Anne Rice's entire vampire series back in the 90s. Love the movies too. Yeah, that series was like big for a few years and then gone. Yeah, it's because of the moving. Yeah, because you're moving. That's a far move. That's a long trip.
That's funny because I remember watching, and the movie was great with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise. The movie was great, but
was it Claire Danes who played the kid? What was that little one's name?
No, not Claire Danes. It was
who was it?
She was the girl in Spider-Man. She was the redhead, the Mary Jane in the first Spider-Man. What was her name? I don't remember actor names. Kristen Dunst. Yes, thank you.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
And she was fantastic in that vampire movie. But
yeah,
we watched that movie. City Girl and I watched that movie, and afterwards I said, that this movie would be a lot bigger if they, delved into sex and stuff. And City Girl said, because she'd read the book, and she said, yeah, there was a lot of sex in it. And I said, really? Why? I wonder why they would keep that out of the movie.
Yeah, that's weird.
But I guess they just
maybe
wanted to focus on. Oh, it could be. Well, I mean, we got people tearing each other apart for blood, but
I did a course on gothic horror in Cégep, which for those of you who don't live in Quebec is the it's college. It's between high school and university. So think of university, but you don't pay for it. So I did a gothic horror course, and part of it was going into why vampires are so popular, and like zombies are also popular now as well, but they tap into something different, whereas vampires really sort of tap into the whole dark lover thing. Like there's something dark, sensuous, sexy, dangerous, like people, girls who always go for bad girls, bad boys kind of thing. Guys who always go for the girl in the torn fishnets or whatever at the dance club. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like they tap into the dark stuff that we kind of like but don't like talking about liking. And that's why vampire books are like, I read a lot of Poppy Z Bright. I would call her Poppy Z Bright, but I know she wasn't Canadian. And she dives dark and deep into that whole sort of vampires as dangerous and sexy thing as well. And it's very hard to find vampire fiction today that isn't kind of like that. Even like the original Count Dracula, there was sort of a romance there, so I'm not surprised that Anne Rice has so much of that in the books.
Well, I totally get the direction the movie took as well, because the movie wanted to focus on the insufferable life of living forever and how lonely you would be, and how full of is a life full of nothing. So they want. So I can totally get that. Hey, let's take sex out of it, and he's just existing. He's just existing to exist. There's no fun in it. There's no joy.
Yeah,
in
there's
it.
boredom.
It's just freaking boring. So I get that part of it, and maybe it was the right choice for the film. Hey, there's Tenenbaum.
Yeah, he's been around. He hasn't said
Did I
much
miss
though.
him? Hey, Tenenbaum.
He's been
I
lurking.
missed you.
It must be early morning for him now. Oh, he says good morning to Destiny. Yeah, because he's what, 5 hours ahead of us.
Early, yeah, it's pretty early.
The sun will be coming up soon for Tenenbaum.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's interesting stuff because, like, it's amazing to think of how. No, it's not amazing. That's bombast. Shut up, Jesse. It's interesting to see how entire genres of like supernatural fiction tap into certain things. Like, what does the zombie genre tap into? Like, it's not going to be the same thing as vampires, that's for sure. But is it?
There's two. I think there's two parts of it.
Yeah.
First, it's the survival part. Could I survive the thing? And the second part is kind of exploring a world that's free of rules, that's free of government, that's free of everything. And I'm just going to walk around this world that's.
And there is a preoccupation with the apocalypse now. Not the biblical apocalypse, but like, are we going to be nuked?
Yeah.
Is a pandemic going to take us all out?
Pandemic. Yep.
You know, climate change. So I guess, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. How like it's like a stand-in for all the apocalyptic stuff that we're completely preoccupied with these days.
I love apocalyptic stuff.
Me too.
You know what I want to do? Because I've seen so many stories, like especially zombie stories. There's so many apocalyptic stories, whether they be movies or TV or whatever. Especially like The Walking Dead, where I don't know how many seasons of The Walking Dead there are in the spin-off Walking Deads, but like you get 3 episodes in, and it's no longer about the zombies; it's about anarchy, like my group versus your group. Mm-hmm. Then there's a whole zombie thing is just the backdrop. It's just there's a level of danger there, but it's just the backdrop. And I don't want an anarchy story. And I really love to write a story, like a movie or a book or something where it's, say it's a zombie apocalypse and the zombies are taken over and there are groups of people trying to survive. But instead of, oh, good night, Mom.
Good night, Mom. Happy New Year to you too. I'll speak to you before that.
But instead of all this anarchy and people fighting each other over lots of resources that are left over, but everybody's trying to help each other. like I can see a group trying to get from here to there, and they encounter another group, and they're like, "Hey, do you need help?"
The most Canadian of post-apocalyptic stories.
Do you want help?
The CBC will throw you so many dollars for this.
We can provide you cover. If you're coming over here.
Yeah.
I want to read that story so bad. So when they're really down and out, and they face a new group, and their new group is like, "What do you need?"
Yeah. A bunch of badasses come over the hill. It's like, we got you, man.
Yeah, we got you.
We got a double and a box of donuts. Yeah, like post-apocalyptic. Start again. Hey, you know what? I probably shouldn't have done that. Try again. Post-apocalypse is my jam. I love the whole post-apocalyptic thing. Video games, movies, books, and I trace a lot of it to a boy and his dog.
So what is it to you? Like, what is the? Why do you like it?
I think maybe it's the rules-free living. Maybe it's like, okay, so if we're living in a post-apocalyptic world, and maybe zombies, maybe it doesn't really matter what, but I'm living still in the possibly still smoking ruin of Montreal. How do I stay warm in February? Like, am I downtown up in the burnt out husk of an office block with a little fire burning in a corner and hoping to hell nobody sees the smoke? Right? Like, like, what do you do? I mean, like, I don't know what the hell I like about it because, dude, the post-apocalypse here would be awful. January the 15th, and I'm trying to stay warm without letting people know that I'm there. Holy shit, dude. If the post-apocalypse comes, I want to be in like South Carolina. Was it North Carolina and South? Yeah, there's a South Carolina, right? Like, I want to be in like northern Mexico. I want to be in Jamaica. I want to be somewhere where I don't need to have a fire going to, broadcast my presence. But there's, I don't know, there's magic there, man. There's like every post-apocalypse.
It's the challenge.
Maybe it's the challenge. Maybe it's the, because I certainly don't see myself, like, I don't buy into I got an AR, I got some grenades, I got an Uzi, I'm a badass. I don't buy into that. I like the idea of creating a community around you who, this guy's a blacksmith? Holy crap, we need this guy. Who the hell is a blacksmith? This guy's a...
It almost pulls on your fantasy strings, right? Your a love of a different world.
Yeah.
Back to basics kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, back to basics, back to sort of like what I love here is what Destiny just said. You're reading with a lantern on. You're I just, and so that's why I love the Fallout series. Speaking of Fallout series, there's a Fallout TV series starting in April, which I'm going to watch the funk out of.
But who's putting it on?
It's Amazon Prime, I believe.
Okay.
I believe it's Amazon Prime. And they did The Expanse, right?
They kind of butchered Wheel of Time, but...
Oh, did they? Don't ruin it.
It's not a bad series. They just... The translation from book to TV show was, like, bizarre.
It's tough to do that, though.
Well, yes, it is tough to do that. But, I mean, they made decision changes that were like, why?
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, yeah.
I mean, they changed characters and things that happened in the initial episode, and I'm like, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Like, anyway, watch it. Why haven't you watched it yet?
I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. What was that film we were talking? Film. What was that film we were talking about? Where it's like the last guy on Earth, but then like he met two other people.
Oh,
Quiet Earth.
A Quiet Earth, yeah.
Quiet Earth. I gotta watch that again because I remember I haven't seen it in. When did it come out? Like, I haven't seen it in decades at this point. But
you still haven't watched it? We talked about that like 3 years ago, and you...
I know, and then I was going to watch it, and then I didn't because life happened. But I've got to watch it again because I don't even know if it's a good movie anymore. But I do remember it really hitting me where I lived when I saw it.
It's definitely a good movie.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
No.
No, it's definitely a good movie. It's worth watching. I mean, it's definitely...
Like certain things,
it's
say hi for
aged,
me. Oh yeah, but
so everybody wishes you well and hopes you're getting better. Oh, okay. Is that my shirt? Oh, it's your hoodie. Okay. Cedric wants to get warm, so she's going to the fire.
Fair enough. I would do the same. Like, if the apocalypse happens today. Tomorrow.
It's late. It's
too late for the apocalypse. No. It's like it's almost midnight. I'm not apocalypsing now. Okay, forget about it. Go to bed. Wake up, then we can apocalypse. I'm getting my bitch ass to Canadian Tire and getting all the 270 Winchester I can. But the thing is, I don't see firearms as being the way through.
No.
Especially living here where I'm not going to have to worry about some guy with an AR trying to take my car.
Is there heat coming off of that thing? Off the wood stove?
So, like,
is there heat coming off the wood stove? She's got her earbuds in.
But like,
Did you say something?
Is there heat coming off the wood stove?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Drop says 270 is a good rifle for women, by the way. That's, you know what? That's my round, man.
I think that's a shot across the bow over there.
It's a shot right across my nose. But here's the thing: it has a very small kick, and I'm recoil shy. It's also very flat shooting, which is nice because it means I don't have to do the math of like working in the drop. And also, it's a good round for if I want to get my daughter shooting at some point, if she ever shows any interest at all.
I would start with a 22. But
yeah, I have a 22 specifically for that. Absolutely. I hate my 22 though; it's garbage.
I was shooting my 22 a couple of weeks ago, and the firing pin is shooting way off center. Like half the shots I was trying to shoot wouldn't even fire because it was so off center.
You need to get you to a gunsmith. Whoa, we're not supposed to talk about boomsticks. I did this?
Ooh.
I did this. Damn it, Jesse.
But we're not.
I'm banning myself from my own channel.
You're not going to get demonetized or anything. Hi.
Jesse banned from his own channel. Oh, David says 308 or bust. I would like to try 308. Nice short throw. Stop. No. We're moving on. We're moving on. Back to A Boy and His Dog. Post-apocalypse. The world has ended.
What have you got for A Boy and His Dog?
That's easy. I believe that was the first post-apocalypse film I saw.
Okay.
You know, that was the film that introduced me to the genre. And it's not the same as, like, there's a post-apocalyptic element to Mad Max, right? The Road Warrior as well, right? But I think I saw Boy and His Dog first. And the desolation of it, I don't know. Like, I'm not alone in loving the post-apocalypse because there's enough people out there who go for that there's like the entire Fallout series. There are films. There's Last of Us, which plays with the same stuff. There's a lot of stuff out there, and I find it fast. Like I've never tried to figure out what it is about post-apocalypse that appeals to me so much. So to hell with you for asking, because now I'm all like, what is wrong with me? But like maybe it's the same attraction as people have for like Wild West films, right? Where there's a lawman, but there's a lawman in this entire town. So there's a whole lot of people living free. Maybe that's it. You know, maybe there's a certain appreciation people have for the whole survivalism thing, right? That preppers are among us. It's as close to Wild West as we get in sort of postmodern film and TV and text, whatever they're called, books. I don't know. But now I'm not going to sleep until I figure it out. Damn it.
Well, you figure out while you're watching A Quiet Earth.
Yeah, I got to watch that film again. Jesus.
I wonder where you can find that film.
Is it on YouTube?
I'm looking. You can buy or rent it on YouTube.
Can I? Good to know.
Yeah.
Is it going to be like 480p again, like when we watched Wrath of Khan?
Well, they can only do so much. So you can rent it for $4.99, like $5.
Okay. I'll look it up. Give it a read. No, give it a watch. I keep muting my mic because I'm not sure how much crunching the mic will pick up. David got a moose. I have never gotten a moose. I have twice spent like $1,000 going to the gas bay, living there for a week to get a moose. No friggin' love. No way. Forget about it. And I love moose.
Yep.
Okay, bitches. First of all, we're not going to talk about boomsticks for a long time, but 270 is a nice round, generally. Okay.
Okay, wait. I'm seeing Back to the Future 4 with Tom Holland. You're muted. Say again. Nope. You're muted again. Say. Nope.
Where did you see that?
It's weird because I put in A Quiet Earth in the search for YouTube, and I'm just scrolling down, and so I don't know how Back to the Future 4 came up, but I'm seeing Back to the Future 4 trailer with Tom Holland.
You know, because obviously they have to replace Michael J. Fox. Not a bad selection though. Not
It's
a bad
not
person
a
to
bad
go.
selection.
Yeah.
It's not, but
No.
you get the it boy in too many things, and it becomes
Fair. Also fair. Tenenbaum says Apple's TV show deviates. He's talking about Foundation. Deviates from the books a lot, but it's still quite entertaining. He agrees that the first few episodes took a while to build up to something. Yeah, but now it's sort of picked up. You know,
the Foundation series was all a lot of conversation. It was just conversations. Asimov said himself, it was.
Yeah, but I kind of like the way they've chosen to do it. I've come to sort of like the coldness of it. Like it really is sort of a. There was something else I watched where they had decided to make it really cold as well, and I don't remember what it was. But I respect that as a choice because it's really hard to care about the characters when everyone's so cold to each other. I don't remember what it was though.
And I'm a guy who likes to invest in a protagonist. Like I need a protagonist to invest in. And if everybody's like just a jerk.
Yeah. And they weren't really jerks. They weren't really jerks to each other. They weren't really jerks to each other, but they were just a little bit careful when talking to one another, I think. By the way, Destiny says, bonsoir tout le monde. See y'all on Russell's New Year's Eve. Live. Bisous. Hold on. Yeah, but like, have you watched any of Foundation, Russell?
No. I don't even know where to find it.
Oh, it's Apple TV.
Oh, I don't have Apple TV. Although I have Apple products, so.
I got 3 months free of Apple TV when I bought my phone. And I realized that ended on December 14th. But now I'm kind of invested. Oh, David's heading out as well. Happy New Year, all. All right, good night, David.
Hey, David.
Dude, 2 more minutes and you've hit midnight, dude. What the hell?
Okay.
But yeah, like you don't need an Apple box to play Apple TV on. You just need a smart TV. I have no idea what you have, Russell. I have no idea what you have as far as a TV. All I've ever seen was your monitors. Do you have a TV?
I have a smart TV.
Oh. So yeah, you can sign up for yet another streaming service.
It's an Amazon TV, but I don't want to sign up for another service. I'm looking at another avenue of things.
Biggest chip ever. Oh, are you trying to find it in an alternate venue?
Yeah. Yeah, and this I have done.
This whiskey is so damn good. Holy crap.
Shit, I shouldn't have done that right now.
How many people are still hanging with us?
All of them.
How is this happening? I feel that this is I really haven't brought my A game. But like
Have you ever?
What are you saying, Russell?
You haven't done a do a reading. Have you got a book?
What the hell? I have a book, or I have a book coming. I was talking about a book, or I came across a book and I was like, I'm going to do a reading from this book. And tonight's reading is from the book of the Unplugged Workshop. Art and Craft. Welcome to the Unplugged Workshop, where things are made by hand. What book was I talking about? Because I came across, and it had something to do with camping or bushcraft or prepping or something. Probably not prepping. And I was like, that will be perfect. But did I buy it, or did I only read about it and then forget about it? I don't remember. Shite. Oop, I meant shift. Yeah, I just don't know. Ian says, everyone's hanging. We got 16 people still. Holy Kriznap. What the heck? Drop is just chilling. Getting ready to do that big epic move. Man, Drop, that's going to be so cool, though. That's a good move, it sounds like. Just going from what I'm hearing. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of driving. But I think it's going to be great where you're moving to. Absolutely.
Did you say Quiznak?
No, I don't think so. Where did I say that?
Quizarac? What was the thing from Dune?
The Quizat Satarak? No, the Quiznos? No, Quiznak?
Cuisine
Quizich?
Cataract?
Yes, a cataract. Hold on.
Yeah, that's what I thought you said. I'm just saying anyway.
Paul Atreides. I'm looking up Paul Atreides.
We're like straight out of Ready Player One right now.
That's not necessarily a good thing, is it? Quizats.
We're gonna win the contest.
Was it Quizats?
Quizat Cataract?
Quizats Hatterack. Quizats Hatterack. Hold on, let me share the screen. Oh, you're gone. No, you're not. My video is just way behind. I shall now present arms, present screen.
I have no idea what you're about to present, but I'm thrilled.
I'm about to present, boom, Quizats Hatterack. The Quizats Hatterack.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all.
I'm gonna get you.
It's okay, I'll get it.
No, I can.
So I was reading about like a coughing, a 30 to 90 day, no, a 30-day coughing thing that's going around, and I'm wondering, excuse me, how. I hope they're doing okay over there. Yeah, Kirsten Dunst, exactly. But the thing is, I mix her and thing up all the time anyway. So Drop says, wife will be freaking out for the next 3 weeks. She doesn't like being alone in the house. A neighbor will come over once in a while. I love being alone in the house. Oh my God. I need time alone like I need air to breathe. And that is not, I realize how that sounds, but I'm not bitching about my family. I've just always absolutely required alone time. And best was alone time in the forest, like semi-regular at least, to keep me from being utterly inhuman to the people around me. So like to me, not being able to handle being alone is like, are you kidding me? I would die to be alone for a while, like a week, a month, maybe not a month. I mean, I want to see my kids. I want to see my wife. I want to see these people. They're my favorite people, but I do love my alone time. So we'll go until 12:15 and then shut her down. Because I feel that, I mean, it's nice to go late, but you know, I should probably go to bed at some point tonight. Yeah, Marcel knows what I'm talking about. Absolutely. Absolutely. And you know, I don't think that says anything bad about us, that we need to have a little bit of alone time every now and again. You know, like we're surrounded by people who are like, oh, you must be blah, blah, blah. No. Alone time is how I reset myself. Alone time in the forest is actually how I reset myself. But alone time by itself it's a good second place. You know, it's a good plan B. Absolutely. Drop says she knows I'm an ogre, but I get it. Women like their men around. I like to have my wife around for 3 months at a time. I'm a single dad, essentially. I mean, I'm not really. That's bombast. It's just she doesn't get home till like 9 p.m. kind of thing. So I do like her to be around more often than that. But you know,
Why did you go back?
Well, we're live right now.
Okay.
Russell, we'll get offline at
Right there.
1:15. Okay.
Okay. Apparently she's pouring shots.
Come back
She's pouring
here.
shots.
Okay, hold on. Yeah,
Go
she's
and help pour the shots.
No.
Oh, okay. So Tenenbaum just woke up. It's 6:06 there, which makes sense because it's midnight 07 now. So it's 6:07 there now. Not much sun at this time of year. Yeah, absolutely. I get that. Tenenbaum, I think we've had this conversation, but I'll ask you anyway. Like, I'm someone who hates being up before the sun. I think I might have said this. If I'm boring anyone, just be savage in the comments. But I'm okay if there's even one ray of sunlight, sort of just the hint of sunlight coming over the horizon. Like I can see that the sky is starting to get light. I'm okay. I'll get up. I'm fine. But if the sky is still pitch black, I'm hitting snooze. I cannot handle getting up in pitch black. Unless I'm out like on a hunting trip, but I haven't been on a hunting trip in like 5 years, so shut up, Jesse. But I don't like getting up absolutely that much before the sun. Some light has to be in the sky for me to not be really bitchy about it. So, Tenenbaum, how are you about that? Russell, how are you about that?
I find it's interesting to actually get up before the sun, like to watch everything come alive. I never do it, but well,
fair enough.
Okay, let me just say I've woken up because I'm in AFib or because one of the dogs is throwing up, so I got to run downstairs and let him out.
Those are all negatives, though.
So I'm sitting there, and well, no, I mean these are the conditions where I see the sun come up over the horizon, and I think that's kind of cool, actually. Watching
Check
the day
this
wake
out.
up.
This is going back to what we were talking about before. Tenenbaum is saying, I suspect zombies is also about confronting the part of us that is an animal.
No,
You don't.
not me.
I think it's a compelling argument, though.
Maybe for some people.
Not
Like if part of the zombie apocalypse is I just want to fight zombies, then absolutely. But that's not me. I mean,
I had this discussion with Robin, my buddy Robin, after a game of Left 4 Dead at one point years ago. I said, after the zombie apocalypse, your job is to take out as many zombies as possible. And he said, no, your job after a zombie apocalypse is to stay alive. And he was absolutely right, and I was completely wrong. And I had sort of slipped into video game zombie philosophy, right? Where that's the guy who swings into town with an AR on the hip, a shotgun in one arm, and like a 911, right? Because it's Hollywood, tucked in here, 45, and like something else, like a bunch of guns, swings through, and inevitably just gets buried by zombies and dies, right?
Did you let your bug outside?
Did you what outside?
I let both dogs outside. She might not. Is she there?
Well, it's only because I noticed that Laura was there and Trudeau wasn't there.
Sorry, guys. I wanted to talk about all your Christmas gifts and everything, and we've ended up talking about like post-apocalypse, zombies.
Yep. So you can do it now if you want.
What? Shot?
Talk about Christmas gifts or.
Oh, I forgot that you could hear. But so to you, it has nothing to do with confronting the animal part of us.
Oh
The
no,
zombie
no.
thing.
I mean, it'll be fun to kill some zombies, but it's not. I don't want it to happen just so I can just unleash my inner animal. No.
Mm-hmm. Did you get anything cool for Christmas, by the way?
Yeah. Always. I mean, look at this. Look at this thing.
Yeah, that's cool. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Holds your phone and everything.
I love it. Yeah. Well, okay. The best thing I got for Christmas, you really want to see it, is Sid Girl put together a photo album for me. And it's like pictures of my history. This the kind of the history of me. And I know that you can't see it. That has like graduation photos and there's pictures of my dad in here that I haven't seen in ages and crap like that. And, just kind of the history of me that, these pictures probably came from my mom. A lot of them did.
That takes a lot of work. That's to show someone who loves you. That's
it follows
amazing.
right through to, our wedding. And let me find a good picture of our wedding.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah, no. Here's... Oh, shit. Sorry, dog. Here's me and my best men at our wedding.
Nice. Oh, look at that. How long ago was that again? That's a long time ago now.
That's... When did we get married?
1995.
95.
Yeah.
I'll find a good picture.
Drop says that his wife usually sleeps in a different room than him because he snores, but also he has PTSD.
Oh, yeah?
Because he's a vet. So what were you, Drop? Were you an army man? Were you a Marine? Were you a sailor? Airman? I asked because I have a fair enough. Oh my God! Look at how young you two were.
I know, right?
Oh my land!
I had long hair, and she had like $500 worth of makeup on.
In '95, I also had really long hair, like really stupidly long hair.
I had rock star hair. That's like I should have been in a band. Like,
yeah, you should have been.
I had it going on.
Yeah, funk trombone.
Funk trombone.
Hard rock trombone. Pull off like a.
I gotta find the
Jethro Tull
dress.
No, that's for us.
Oh no, that's to be shared.
No, it's not to be shared.
For God's sakes, don't share. If she says don't share, man.
That is not for others to see.
It was a gift to me, so it's mine now. Take a look at this one. Look at that hair. Like I was.
That's good hair. Man, you both had
I was a
great hair.
I had rock star hair, and she's
Yeah.
she's just freaking gorgeous. There's that one.
That's fine.
That's
it.
fine.
That's
No,
it.
I gotta find the
No.
dress.
No, you're not gonna show them
You
that.
still
That's
have that-
personal.
Do you still have the
Don't
dress?
share the dress, Russell.
don't.
For God's sakes, don't do something stupid.
Don't show it. I will be really upset.
No,
with
no,
you.
no, no. It's a really nice picture of us.
I will be upset with you.
Drop
It's
says
a
he
really
was
nice
Navy.
picture of
Don't
us.
show it.
Drop. I failed to
Okay.
get into the Royal Canadian Navy
All right.
because
Don't show it.
All right, find a picture of us with the kids. All right.
I love this little family tiff. So Drop was in the Navy. Drop, I think I mentioned this in my last live stream that I failed to get into the Navy because at that point in my life,
There.
my French was nowhere good enough.
Oh, that's
So that was frustrating.
no. When the kids were young.
I tried to get into the Navy right after high school.
Oh, there's something.
Tenenbaum,
stuck
because
on my
Hollywood is
wheel.
stupid. Fair enough.
There. When the kids were young.
All right.
I keep forgetting to mute my mic when I'm crunching my chips.
No,
Sorry,
us-
people.
Us with the kids. A
Wow.
family picture.
I love it.
There you go. Us with kids.
Russell's like, look at this picture. City Girl's like, no, don't show them that picture.
Okay.
Oh,
Is it focusing? I can't.
yeah, that's good. Nice pick. Hold on. I'm gonna solo you.
I'm not sure that the picture is actually in focus.
Well, in that era, how many pictures were really in focus? Look at the size. Was that a real tree? No, that was a fake tree, right?
The picture of us in front of the Christmas tree
Oh my goodness. It's nothing private.
is nothing private.
Yeah, I'm not showing any more pictures.
All right.
All right,
Ooh,
it's
scary.
good enough.
All right,
don't
give
need
it
no
to me.
more.
I'll show them a picture.
No, don't do it.
Nope. Nope. No.
No, Russell,
Nope.
don't do it.
No. Enough.
Don't get yelled at.
Don't get yelled at.
So we're at 12:16.
Jess
And
is
I-
saying, "Don't get yelled at." He's saying, "Don't get yelled at." To me.
Yeah, you should listen to him.
I have experience here. Hold on a second. Tenenbaum is saying something. I was about to say we're going to sign off. Tenenbaum says self-protection is a hedge against the worst of what one would encounter, but the way through needs us all to find the best in people. And maybe that sums up why, like, in a post-apocalyptic society, I would want to be building a small community rather than arming up and going,
Yeah.
lone wolf. And by the way, I absolutely admit that I am naively attracted to the idea that people are basically good, right? Like, I have made some epic, stupid mistakes because I fundamentally believe that people are good. And I want to believe that everyone is good. That people are not out there to screw me over,
Yeah.
that people are not out there to hurt each other, that nobody wakes up in the morning and says, today I shall be an asshole.
Well, you know what they say, Jess, is you get hurt like that, and so you bundle up in a you protect yourself with armor,
Mhm.
and the way to live life is to make yourself vulnerable.
Yeah, fair enough, because you're open up to experiences as they come in. Absolutely. I buy
because-
that.
And you will have the best experiences.
I love it. Tenenbaum says scarcity will turn us all into assholes.
That's why I want to write that movie script where
Yeah. But he sort of hedges what he's saying by saying that you never know what you might do to save the lives of the ones you love. Absolutely. I get that. Yeah. Someone
know
comes
what?
at your daughter, you'll kill them without even thinking, and deal with them.
I want to call it a very Canadian zombie movie.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. I love it. All right. We're at 12:16, and I said we'd go to 12. We're at 12:18. I said we go to 12:15. I'm not wearing my glasses, so I'm like, it looks like a 6. Oh, is that an 8?
No, it's actually 10:18. Yeah,
10:18. Yeah, we still got another couple of hours to go.
Good.
Another hour.
Yeah, you're good.
But yeah, so we're gonna shut her down. I love what Droff just said here.
You've had your love. You don't get any more love. You had your love.
Are you kidding? Dogs are like babies. There's no enough love. There's no you've had your love.
Look at this. Look at this snout. She had her love. I gave her all the love I have to give.
All the love.
You want more love? Come back tomorrow.
Yeah. Tenenbaum says there was a great zombie film here, and the underlying message was that there was very little difference between the undead Swedes and the living ones. Tenenbaum, later tell me what the name of that film was. I'll see if I can find it in Swedish. Yeah, so Grace is sort of showing us the way. She's saying, good night, everyone. Darth Vader saying just 24 hours just-a-thon. Tell you what.
That's the opposite of showing the way.
Yeah.
So showing it a very different way. Yeah.
Yeah, we're at midnight 19 now, so I'm gonna shut her down until next week, I guess. I don't know. I'll see what night next week is. But until the next time I see you, then everybody, please be sane, be safe, be healthy, and be kind to one another.
And pea soup.
Good night, everyone.